But yeah, so this is the first. This is the podcast segment of this event. From 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock, we had a concert. I mean, that's what y'all seen earlier. And from 6 o'clock to 8:30, we're going to have the podcast. So what time is it right now exactly?
8:31.
6:31. So 6:31 to 9 o'clock, we're going to do this. So the first segment is going to be the sports and drip. Now, a lot of people be like, drip. So, I mean, niggas gotta be flying over that. Nah, the drip department is more so about what's going on in the news. Well, not necessarily the news, but like hip hop and this is our culture. Everything that's fly in our culture, art. I mean, whatever is going on in the social media, all of that. But definitely gonna be talking about the sports. And this segment is ran by Roddy Bucks and Metro. So I'm gonna let them handle it, get it started. Somebody pass Roddy Bucks the mic.
Appreciate y'all. It's Roddy Bucks. We on the Lyphr podcast.
Yeah.
So it's sports and drip. I feel like we needed I feel like the sport that we need to focus on is the sport of real life. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what everybody's missing. So we're gonna focus on the sport of real life. Because what happens is when you watching your favorite team, when you watching them compete for finals, and you watching all of that, we missing what's going on in our life, in the sport of our life. You know what I'm saying? We got more important things going on than how much our favorite player's scoring. If you feel me, we supposed to be scoring. You know what I'm saying? So in order to do well in your sport, which is our life, we all have an individual sport. Whatever you're good at is your sport. Whatever your inclination is, we all have a gift. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the number one thing to be good at the sport of life is inner work. And inner work consists of like inner work. Another word for inner work is self-mastery. So inner work and self-mastery, that's the number one thing to do good in the sport of life. Self-mastery meaning getting close with yourself, understanding your flaws. You rather tell yourself your flaws than have other people tell you. We all get in our feelings anyway. So why not deal with yourself harshly, or the world going to teach you harshly? So that's how I wanted to start it off. I'll bounce it off my man.
Listen, I'm not on camera. This is for, people watching. I'm not on camera. I'm playing the producer role right now. You feel me? I'm in the booth. But listen, I'll double everything my man just said. Like me and Humble, we've had a couple conversations this past couple months about these hating ass niggas that ain't right with it. These dirty, rotten, no good, love having motherfuckers. You feel me? And if you've been on this podcast before, you know I got a campaign called Support Your Local Hustlers. And that's all I'm really about on this podcast. I don't really talk about my music like that. I want to put a spotlight on the other artists and, you know what I mean, giving them a shot for the first time performer, first time official interview. And that started all with me looking into myself while I was in prison and going, I don't want to be one of these no good, down low, dirty motherfuckers. So, I had to do a lot of searching and evaluating of how my life was prior to me going to prison, and realize that I don't want to live like that because I don't want to be on somebody's grandmama's couch living my life or just being a messed up individual altogether. And you got to really look inside yourself and figure out how you want your life to turn out. And that's really all I got to say on that. We're not going to do the drip part because, we got a lot of people on this panel, they don't want to talk about that nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to be talking about phone posits and Balenciaga shit. Nah, we'll say that for when Kwani come back. And, shout out to her. Shout out to Houston doing her thing. Happy birthday. But, everything that Roddy Bucks just said is true. Figure it out.
So, what's the latest going on? I'm going to lead this to the audience. What's the latest going on in, like, hip-hop? You know what I'm saying?
Real hip hop.
Yo, bro, alright, so I'm gonna start picking out everybody on the audience. You with the nice shirt. I mean, what I say, hustle and what? Party? Pass her the mic. I want to hear what he got to say.
Which one?
Right there with the glasses on. So what that say on your shirt? Hustle and party?
Hustle and party.
So tell me why you got that shirt. Cause fly, it's definitely fly.
I appreciate it. Well, for one, I like the shirt. And two, I'm trying to
Talk to the mic. Talk to the mic.
Hustling, trying to build my life. And that prayer God is important to me. Say that. I gotta do better about praying a lot of times, but we're going.
Facts. And pass the mic to the performer right there. Rico 1K. So I want you to tell us about your drip today, man, what you was performing in. It's definitely a fly gear. You know what I'm saying? Speak on the mic. Rico, I'm talking to you, bro. Mr. Performer. We're going to put the camera on you, man, to keep stuttering.
I just put this on because, honestly, I don't even know what I wanted to wear today. Honestly, I just go based off my mood sometimes. And
tell us about the hairstyle, because that's really cool. It's cool as hell. I like the red and all of that. What that got to do with your rap career? I'm intrigued.
It's just something I wanted to do.
Word. And Monica, you looking fly today with the what is that? A motorcycle jacket? Looking real good. Can you tell us about your drip? The mic right there, sweetheart.
I keep it vintage, and I'm in my own lane, and I'm definitely staying in it. And I'm flowing peacefully.
Word. You know what I'm saying? So, basketball. So, my favorite player is Michael. So, I'm going to talk about some basketball real quick because Roddy Bucks was talking about the sport of life. And what players signify, like, on and off the court, just winning in life? Everybody know this basketball player.
Steph.
Who said who?
It's Steph.
Kobe Bryant, motherfucker.
Wait, oh, wow. I'm hearing all the wrong names. Steph
He
Curry?
said Derek Fisher.
Derek Fisher?
Steph is a good example. Steph keep his name clean.
Yeah. He did hole in ones.
Algauskas.
Yeah.
What about LeBron James, man? Come on. LeBron James, that's the obvious answer.
No, he didn't.
He the only one though. Steph keep his name clean.
The winning in life and also winning on the court is what I'm referring to. That's LeBron, billionaire. Pass it the mic. I can't even hear what bro's saying. So that's Smiley. Talk to him.
Yo, what's good? Yo, definitely LeBron. I mean, there's no question about that. I mean, I might not like him as a person, or I might not like him personally, but what you just said, he definitely fits that, stature. You know what I mean? He hits every arc when it comes to an athlete, performance-wise, on and off the court. You feel me? LeBron is the bar. You know what I mean? Right now. At one point it was Jordan. Got more. Well, he don't got more money than Jordan, but he there. He up there. You know what I mean? He a billionaire. It's not. What other NBA player is a billionaire that's currently playing in the league right now? Crickets. Nobody.
Well, nah. My Lorraine, what you think?
Nah, Kwani not here to combat anything anybody says.
I mean, you can't fight that. I mean, you could say what you want, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, the facts.
Nah, cause Kwani is a Kobe Bryant fan.
But he ain't a billionaire.
A fan is a fan, but respectfully, Kobe Bryant was not a billionaire. You feel me? So it when we're talking about winning in life and in the game, that's definitely LeBron. Like, there's no question. You know what I mean? Whether you like it or not.
But does it only have to be one?
Well, what we're saying is I agree with that.
Generational wealth.
But you gotta look at Kobe. He was a mentor throughout the world.
Absolutely.
Talking about all time or right now, though.
Yeah, we're not talking about that. We're not taking away from it because I couldn't stand him as a basketball player. But he did. He was there for girls and boys. He motivated everyone. He may not build a school or all these things, but he was a true motivator from guys on the court, off the court, children around the world. So I agree with that statement about Kobe Bryant as well.
Right. He was definitely the testament of character. When black mamba mentality and all of that, right? But for what he said, and just to be a little controversial, like I said, controversial, it's LeBron. You know what I mean?
I can't hear you. I can't hear you, Spike.
He's got the nuclear family, right? And if we want to be controversial, you know, and not to make the race thing, he's got a black family. You know what I mean? Not a mixed family, you know. Generational wealth. He's got his own brand. You know what I mean? He's in movies. He's not really a good rapper. You know what I mean? Neither was Kobe, respectfully. Rest in peace, Kobe, by the way. I love Kobe. You know what I mean? But and we gotta be controversial. Yeah, LeBron, definitely. I'll pass it.
I'm Erica. I just want to speak on the generational wealth part. Like, he made history because he's the only, to my knowledge, the only player that got to play with his son on the same team at the same time.
That's what $1 billion
That's
gets you.
that melanin magic.
You can't know what you think, man. Pass somebody. You got the mic. Yeah, pass somebody. Pass King Newton the mic.
Yeah, I'm a LeBron fan, but Steph Curry ain't too far behind him. I mean, and I think Steph Curry, money-wise, I think his contract with, who is he with? Under Armour. I think they gave him a real big deal. And he's over there in Silicon Valley. He ain't too far from LeBron. I like LeBron. LeBron's good, but I think LeBron's controlled a lot more than Steph Curry. I think Nike has.
You think Steph Curry's daughter gonna be the next female NBA superstar?
Steph Curry's daughter.
Is LeBron's on this?
He might be in the. He might get a ring though. He might be like a Robert Horby, like.
So this is the question.
A winner is a winner.
Take the mic. I can't hear you.
Steph,
Winner is a winner.
It's a shot. The shot is easy. If you make a jump shot.
No. Performance-wise, definitely the most lethal shooter in the NBA history is Steph Curry.
And the wise,
you know what I mean?
Kyrie Irving, that's my guy.
I'm a Kyrie fan with that. But
So I see a lot of biased answers up here, to be honest. I see people afraid to give LeBron James that mantle, all due to Michael Jordan. See, when you are comparing, when you talk about LeBron James, like, and I agree though. Listen, I like LeBron James is my favorite player right now. Allen Iverson my favorite of all time, but Michael Jordan is the best player of all time. His peak was way higher than LeBron James. But if you want to talk duration, then I could stay tuned to that conversation. But I do see a lot of biased people up here, man. Crody, talk to him, man.
I mean, you know, I fuck with LeBron, but if I had to choose a basketball player, it'd be Caitlin Clark. Yeah. Caitlin Clark got a lot of. Can we cuss?
Yeah, we can cuss.
Caitlin Clark got a lot of bitches' money and they was mad. You feel me? And then they fucked the bag up because they started hating on her, calling her Mel Gibson and shit. Now they all don't want to play ball right now at a bad time because the playoffs about to start. So ain't nobody really worried about female ball right now anyway. And Angela Reese played basketball like a 5-year-old child and she be flopping on the ground and shit. God damn it. And she thinks she was getting the bag for the females, but she fucked it up. So I'm gonna have to go with Caitlin Clark, yo. That's my pick. That's my pick, Caitlin Clark. I fuck with Brian, yo. Got Brian on my feet.
Get after Nick Kelly. Somebody pass the mic to Nick Kelly. He got something to say.
Can we get that one to the sound guy? The guy who got a lot of shit to talk off camera. I think LeBron, $1 billion is a lot of things to. If we talk about right now, we're gonna talk about all time with handle. You can talk about Kobe, you can talk about Jordan, but right now, in this age, with everything on camera, making $1 billion, your family's. I mean, I think LeBron handles that very well. I think that a lot of us couldn't handle it like the way he does. You know, he kind of keeps his composure about pretty much everything. It'd be impossible. All of us crash out in like a minute, dealing with half the shit they gotta deal with.
Nick, you can say Caitlin Clark too.
Caitlin Clark for sure. Caitlin Clark, can I say? I can't. I dress like I got off of work at Home Depot. I can't say Caitlin Clark.
You can rock. We both chaotic Clark. You not scared to say it in front of us.
You're not rocking no Caitlin Clarks, bro.
No, you're right. I shouted out LeBron, but Caitlin Clark got a lot of females' money, and then they hated on her and called her Mel Gibson.
I think you just want to argue. I think you just want to argue.
This is a podcast. We gotta have something.
That part. That's controversial. That's
controversial right there.
I would give her the mantle of probably the most impressive female basketball player.
Where would you measure her between her and Angela Reese? Angela Reese played basketball like she don't know how to walk.
Yo.
She be tripping. Angela Reese, pieces, nigga. Lakers in 5.
She overrated. I ain't gonna hold you. She overrated.
Yeah, she overrated a little bit, right? She look good, though.
She look good.
If she started on OnlyFans, I pay for it. That wasn't paid for Angela Reese OnlyFans? She can get one good dub out of me for the subscription.
Ari, I want to know what you got to say about anything in sports or in the drip department, hip hop. Can't hear you.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Was you in the military or something?
Yeah, I was in that.
Thank you for your service.
Okay, what you asked me? So yeah, about the sports, I would have said LeBron. Before you said that, I said LeBron. I said LeBron, I was going to say the same exact thing. Outside of the sports, he married black. He don't have no real scandal with his family like that. That's the modern, what you look at when you want an example of a good black man and family, right? Just on the family aspect. Then, no matter what they say about his son, he's there. He's playing. And then, right? I was That's it. I ain't gonna act like I know about sports like that. Yeah. I was a track star. I like boxing.
I'd like to apologize, man. These mics is I spent $100, $80 on each of these goddamn mics. That one. I'd like to apologize, but
How come every time y'all give me back the mic, that shit work?
Yo, real quick question, yo, back to that Angel Reese thing, yo. Her with the OnlyFans. Now, my real question is, if you subscribe to her OnlyFans, is that cheating?
I already subscribed to it. If you don't know me by now, she's your boy for life. I take the definition of supporting your local hustler to the heart. Shit, that shit whack.
Nah, but it's definitely back to basketball because basketball is my favorite sport, and but I'll definitely go to boxing. What do I think about the see, my favorite boxer of all time literally is Floyd Mayweather. It used to be Muhammad Ali because he is the greatest of all time due to his influence. You feel what I'm saying? But Muhammad Ali got touched up a lot. He got touched up a lot. His face got touched up a lot. I'm a boxer. I used to box when I was young, so I always protected my face, and nobody is better at protecting their face than Floyd Mayweather. Yo, Ronnie Bucks, what you got to say about that?
I'm saying the time was different. They used to scrap back then. They used to scrap just for the, like, it was just like a different level of integrity. Like, it was more of a toe-to-toe mentality then. So I don't know how much we could grade when getting hit a lot back then. It was 15 rounds. So that's 3 more rounds than they fight now. So that's 3 times. However many fights he had, extra rounds. I think it was just different. It was a little less business. Right now, it's like, it's all business. They all kind of adopting the getting hit to least had the most fights. Like, they all fight safe. Probably Tank and what's my boy named? The Reaper. Tank and the Reaper is probably like one of the most dangerous fights recently. Like the last couple of years. Like, it's like a lot of safe fights going on.
I think Tank lost that fight. What y'all think? Tank did touch the floor. He put
did some bullshit. Yeah, he really lost. If they count that knockdown, he lost.
So let's take the knee out of it.
Can't.
Then he moved. No, you got to because you just get on the. I'm saying that alone would disqualify him if they counted it. But we just gonna grade the skills.
It's a draw.
It deserved to be a draw because technically he did not whoop his ass to the point that he lost.
He didn't whoop his ass.
Thank you, but they trying to act like he just got fucked up.
Nah,
No, he did
didn't
not.
whoop.
But he might get it next time because Tank can't fight the same way over and over again. Everybody's not fighting like that. People trying to bring that Mike Tyson shit back. Like you said, blow for blow and shit, and I ain't gonna keep waiting to hit you. Fuck that. I'm trying to knock you the fuck out. Yeah, but that's what they going back to. Look at the last fight with even Clarissa and damn, what was
Clarissa?
And what was the girl she was for? I forgot her name right now. Danielle. The same thing. They was kind of whatever.
Clarissa wants smoke though. She wants.
Yeah, she do.
Yeah.
I mean,
The audience, I really wanna know. We got a lot of people over here. Jerry, what you got to say about the sports? Cause you used to play sports. You used to play basketball, right? Nah? Can't even hear you, bro. He about to pass you the mic right now.
Hold up. Coming to you. This is another herbal specialist right here. Makes his own. Hey. Okay.
Sports.
You want to do sports?
Nope, didn't play basketball.
You never played basketball, nothing? God damn. What about you, KR? What kind of sports you play? What you got to say? You be playing the Madden. Who your favorite football team?
Giants, man. The Giants. New York Giants.
Giants?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Giants the only team to beat the Patriots too.
Twice, man.
Twice.
He loyal. He said the Giants. He loyal.
What did they do after that?
What you say, Rich Roll? Somebody pass Rich Roll the mic. You can't hear Rich Roll. They ain't do nothing after that. Well, they beat the so-called GOAT, right?
We had a decade of winning. What did they
thank
do?
you.
We got 6.
7, right? Don't he got 7?
Tom Brady got 7.
Oh, well, who's your team? The Patriots?
Patriots cheat.
I ain't say time.
Oh, yeah, he went to the Broncos, and I think I won.
Listen. You don't gotta start trying to send the Patriots. At the end of the day, if he kept winning, people start watching football. What the hell was we supposed to do? Keep winning every day? We had the longest run for long.
I respect it, but the Patriots cheat everybody.
And then they talking about teams that don't fuck. What is they doing?
What you got to say, Brody?
They lost to the Giants twice.
They lost to the Giants twice, and then what about the Eagles? And they lost to the Eagles. So the Giants lost to the Eagles? The Patriots lost to the Eagles. So she's saying collectively nobody was messing with the Patriots. Well, it's not like Tom Brady won all of those championships. To my recall, it was like a lot of the kicker. The kicker won it multiple times. Somebody passed a hurricane.
How about
It's rain stuff. That's what it is. Motherfucking antenna.
Word. Alright. So, yeah, what time is it? I gotta go. Alright, so yeah. So we're gonna jump this segment real quick and we're gonna get into the mental health segment. This segment is ran by King Noop and Ari. And I would love to introduce them, but I'm gonna let them introduce themselves because, well, for one, Ari, she's the she's one of the program directors for the city of New Haven. This lady right here, Ari right here, y'all guys need to get in contact with her. She's always having these events over at the Q House, and it'll be like 400 or 500 people there on a regular. You know what I mean? She invited me there once to do my podcast, and I'm forever thankful. And and then we got King Noop. we got King Lou up here. This is Dr. Sebi right here, man. All of the CMOS and all of those type of things. I'm not too familiar with it, but I'm gonna let him talk about it.
Peace and blessings, everybody. I want to thank Humble for allowing us to do this event tonight. Talk a little bit about mental health. As he said, my name is King Newt. I go by Trey Gardens. Born and raised here in New Haven, Connecticut. 41 years old. Glad to say thank God for that. Mental health. So we're going to talk a little bit about mental health.
Yes, hey guys. So, I'm Ari. I just want to say why I became a mental health advocate. Just growing up, everybody have their own traumas, the different things that I went through in my life, sudden losses, different abuse growing up, and really learning how to deal with things that happened to me or things that I couldn't control to keep my sanity. Because a lot of us struggle with the balance of staying healthy mentally and continuing your life, right? And if you don't have that, then you do other things, self-medicate and in the wrong way. That's true. So that's how I became a mental health advocate, and we do the mental health fairs every year. Follow Mental Harmony Foundation on Facebook. No, just Mental Harmony on Facebook for the updates of the mental health fairs.
Thanks, Ari. Little background about myself. Grew up here, Dwight Kizenen area. Dwight Kizenen area. You know, like I said, I'm 41 years old, so grew up in the '90s, early '90s, being a child. Went through a lot of, seen a lot of stuff. Went through a lot of stuff. I don't really want to get into too much of that because kind of past that. But I will say I got into mental health because 3 of my best friends committed suicide at different times. But I experienced it all throughout my life. Brothers being killed, gunned down. So, running the streets, got into a lot of different things. Spent some time in jail. And I was killed. My brother was killed when I was in jail. So that was my first experience with mental health because I was in my cell, no friends, no family, or nothing like that. So they come and approach you and ask you, do you want to speak with somebody, some little counseling or something like that. So, locked in the cell 23 hours a day, I said, it's going a little crazy. So I said, why not? So I went, had a little conversation with the therapist, and I felt relieved just having a conversation. It wasn't even about them really, they just gave me the air to let me, air out what I wanted to air out, what I wanted to get off my chest. And that was my first encounter with mental health. Was speaking with someone, a therapist, mental health. And then as I was released from prison, coming back into New Haven, into this environment, I wanted to do a lot of things. I wanted revenge. I wanted to get the money. I wanted it all. You know what I'm saying? My mind state really didn't change too much. So I caught another case after that. Went back to jail. Did 3 more years, then came home. At that time while I spent those 3 years in jail, I started to read a lot. Education became a big thing in my life. And I think that's where I kind of found the foundation for my growth. So that was a little bit about myself. So I just wanted to know, anybody in the crowd, what do we feel like mental health is? Do we look at it in a way where going to see a therapist is wrong, or what do we think about mental health? Because statistics say that 1 out of every 5 person goes through some type of mental health. So it's from small things to large things. So I just want to know a little bit about the crowd, how everybody feel. Anybody, want to speak about anything?
Maybe you have to pull somebody out. Yo, you must be. Talk to us about your mental health. Why you was able to overcome a situation. You want pass, roll the mic right there.
You want to pass it? Come on.
UFC. He got one.
He got one? All right.
Blessings. So like basically with like mental health, like I gained a lot of spirituality, like dealing with mental health, like just looking at different aspects of life, and basically religion has a lot to do with it. You know, like regardless of what we say about religion, you know, I take different aspects of everybody around the world. Like, you know, it comes Buddhism, or it comes to, you know, the discipline from my Muslim brothers, or it comes from, you know, the indigenous ways of how they respect nature. You know what I'm saying? I basically took upon myself going to nature and like basically, you know, to the mother and the ancestors, and basically, you know, like praying and basically spending a lot of time in nature and, you know, learning a lot about the plants. And, you know, our bodies is made up of water, but, you know, we break down nutrients like mushrooms. So we're like perfect creation. So, you know, learning about the human body kind of got me into nature a lot to deal with mental health. You know, you gotta know yourself before you can know anything else. You know, so.
Thank you for sharing that, brother. Peace and blessings to you.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
We got one to the right over here.
Brother K.
And speak up on the mic too. Put the mic close. Yeah.
Am I going?
I think mental health is very important. A lot of people don't take it seriously, or they think there's something wrong with you, or it means you're crazy if you speak to a therapist. But that's also not the only type of therapy. Some people write music for therapy, or poetry, or they play an instrument, or they exercise because they channel that negative energy into whatever their niche is or their talent. But I think it's important to have the mental health to know how to regulate your emotions and not crash out every time something doesn't go your way. Because that's why a lot of people are locked up, and you know, because they were never taught that at an early age, and where a lot of people are put in an environment where that's normalized. So if you gotta learn better to do better, and it takes time, and if everyone around you behave in a certain way, that's how you're gonna behave until you learn better. So it is important to be aware of that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That was definitely a word right there.
Oh, yeah, so what's going on, everyone? My name is Kamal Shabazz, and I think you asked me about my personal mental health, like what helped me get through something.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say it this way, like I go through mental health every day, but I feel like I wear it well. And I do that. I try to keep a positive mental attitude and moving forward with my daily functions. And I try to project that on to others because I would like the same reciprocation from others, because, you know, mental health is like a dark cloud that's permeated the city, the inner city life. I travel a lot, so I get to see people in their conditions all throughout the country. And there's a common thread in, let's just say, the black community. And we got a lot of unresolved traumas and stuff like that. So getting back to me, I just like to have that reciprocity with others, because just having a good conversation or you know, kind of a give and take with others, it helps me understand that, you know, there's a way where we can work through it together. And that's about all, really.
Thank you.
It's not all, but I mean, it's not deeper.
It's a good point.
Thank you for sharing that, brother.
So I just wanted to say that mental health is really just simply like the state of your mind, right? And then there's knowing your outlet, knowing the different coping mechanisms to keep good mental health. So mental health is just overall, right? But then you can be in a bad mental state, or you could be healthy, have a healthy mental state. So I just wanted to say that, because I know people automatically think mental health is negative, or it's sad, or it's bad, or you're mad. No, it's just regular. But you cannot be healthy, or you can be you can have a healthy mental state or not, you know. So one of the main things that I always talk about, even at the fairs, is knowing your outlet. And I know you could probably share after that your different things that you do, but knowing your outlet is very important because if you know certain things trigger you, certain people, places, and things, and you have to be around it, it's either within yourself figure out what to do so you won't put yourself at risk, right? Or change your association or channel your energy somewhere else. Like you said about, like the sister over here said about writing music and dancing, anything that people do. It's therapy. Some people need therapy. Some people really need to be heard and vent and to kind of be done with it. Some people can't do that. Some people rather keep it to themselves and nobody know their business, but they can work out, they can write, they can go back to school and just do better for themselves, you know. So I just want to encourage everybody to know their outlet, know what ticks them, know what doesn't, know what makes them happy, and even if it's to the point where you have to let go of a certain association, because that's a lot of times the main thing, hanging with the wrong association, the wrong people, doing things that might feel good at the moment, but when you really break it down, it's hindering you. And even a lot of our black men get caught up like that. I mean, I only can say what I see. I can't fully relate. Obviously, I'm not a man, but I see a lot of our men. I'm gonna give an example briefly of my fiance. He did 17 years in jail, and it was the same thing. It was caught up with their own association, and now obviously he changed his life and is on a whole nother path. But a simple night turned into 17 years, and it turned into a whole nother situation for the opposite party, you know. But you're not happy. You hang with anybody thinking that it's fast, it's fun, and it really wasn't. You know, that's just one situation.
Little bit on therapy. It's like a best friend. It's like a best friend that can help you out through your business ventures, through your anything that you're going through, really. That's basically what I'm saying. It's a great help, a tool for you. And it's not a psychiatrist. It's not somebody that's gonna pick you apart. It's somebody to build you up.
Thank you, bro. So, to expand on what Ari was saying, I like to think mental health comes from two things. Genetically, sometimes things are passed down within, having kids and stuff like that, where your mind is a little off. It's not wired the same, and then it comes from your environment. As Ari was just saying, coming home, hang with the same people, being around the same people. I like to also believe that, through faith, like the brother was saying earlier, through faith, we can keep our mental health. Steady, so it's not so rocky. Life is going to be ups and downs. That's just how life is. You know what I'm saying? You got to get from point A to B. It's just going to run through some challenges. But if we find what we like to do, just hold on to it. I grew up in a Christian household, and my mother prayed. Pray was her thing. And they're not the traditional Christians, but prayer was her whole thing. She just said pray about everything. Pray with the food. She don't care what it is. I just pray. Just pray. And, for a long time, I didn't get it. But then, I got into my spiritual thing, and it was a little different from her. Mine came more through nature. I started to get outside, plant vegetables, do this, do that. You know what I'm saying? Get back to the original basics of man and woman and child. And through all that, I took a trip to Jamaica on my anniversary, and I met an herbalist there. And if you've ever been to Jamaica, things are a little different in Jamaica. Like the soil is different, the air is different, the food is different, everything is different in Jamaica. So I like to believe that spiritually, when me and my wife got married and we took our honeymoon to Jamaica, it just completely changed our life. Because before that, I was a gangbanger. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was around these streets. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I started the Trey Bloods. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm the founding member of Trey Bloods. And I'm not saying it proudly. I'm just saying it to speak on how the power of your words can be larger than you ever thought. So we got to understand that this mind, it's like if you plant a seed in there, that shit is going to grow. You got to water it. Like you got to, whether it's good or bad, it's going to grow. So you got to be careful what you're taking into your mind, whether it's the music, whether it's food, whether it's the pollution, everything in this urban culture, they don't give a fuck about us. So you got to be careful of everything you're ingesting, like whether it's the food you're reading, I mean, the food you're buying, look at the nutrients in there. Look at the what's inside of that. Because a lot of that stuff is mood-enhancing chemicals that they're allowed to put in your food. So just like nicotine, and I used to smoke. I try not to smoke as much as I used to, but nicotine, since it's been out there. It's mind-altering. So it messes with the neurons in your brain. So it's just like everything we do is going to affect our mental health, whether it's good or bad. We just got to be conscious of it and try to be mindful of the things that we're doing. I'm not going to speak too much, because I think we got a couple more topics. You want to go for there?
I want to...
Wait, let me see if this works. Okay, I just wanted to add something because you mentioned, like, I guess, genetic aspects of the mental health and then environmental aspects of the mental health, and then also words being powerful. And I just had this conversation with a friend maybe a few weeks ago, and I was saying that I think it's really important, and this doesn't happen often enough, to differentiate between the terms mental health and mental illness. I think that people lump them together and say, oh, you know, if you're talking about mental, no, I'm not, when they say like, no, like I'm not crazy, nothing's wrong with me, they're instantly associating that with mental illness. And the mental illness is that genetic aspect. It's the chemical, you know, imbalances of your brain and everything. I would argue that everybody struggles with mental health, whether it's like one day ever in their life or every other day, or, you know, there's different times and for different, you know, periods that people struggle with. But I think like when having these conversations is so important because we get to differentiate that and talk about it. But I think that's something that needs to be said because they're two different things.
Thank you for clarifying that. Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna switch gears. I want to talk more about our people for a second, right? And I don't want to all the way go political with it, but because I'm neither party, and I'm not up in or down in any party, anybody believes, but I just want to talk about something that's going on right now that's affecting Black people and Hispanics and, you know, our people, because it's urban culture, right? So people within our culture. I'm sure a lot of people heard about how Trump was shutting down a lot of the federal funding for a lot of the different organizations that used to receive funding, right? For example, a quick example, Black History. He didn't want to give the funding for whatever they have for Black History, and that's just one. But he doesn't want to do it overall for any of the organizations. He wants the federal money to stay federal and use it within the country stuff. And everybody kind of fend for themselves with their organizations and what have you. I'm saying this to say that what he's doing would be good if we was more united. If our people were, this is what it was before, when it was the Black Panthers and everything. We built our communities up so well without the government, because we knew they wasn't fucking with us. We knew we had no damn choice but to work together. They literally all watched the kids, all had a breakfast, dinner, and a lunch. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, and they protected their damn self. I really don't even know my endpoint, but I really just wanted everybody to just think about how important it is to love our own people and just be mindful of what's going on in the world right now. Because it's not over. It's going to keep going. And I honestly, I'm not going to say my stance on it, No, I'm just saying. I kind of like it. I ain't gonna, like I said, on either party, but I kind of like it because it's what we really need. But at the same time, I just don't know what's gonna happen because we're not there. Our people aren't there. We're not back there where our grandparents and great parents was. You know what I'm saying? And I know time is different. You know what I'm saying? But you know, go ahead. I'm leave y'all with that. Right now.
If I can say something to what she's speaking about, the generational wealth, the generational curses, the generational gaps that she's speaking about, are how our grandparents were to how we are now. Yeah, there's a difference, but once again, you know, it happened for a reason. It happened. But where we at now, one thing I will say is I think probably 90% of this room smokes weed. I don't know where everybody is from, but if we're going to speak about mental health, cannabis is on Supreme Court right now, looking to be legalized all across the board. It's already legal here in Connecticut. I'm a grower. I call myself a cultivator. And I'm just going to say, listen, we have a grow club. It's legal for you to grow your own marijuana in the state of Connecticut. You can grow up to 12 plants in your household, and I believe now you can grow 4 plants outside. Build a community. Why go spend thousands of dollars on somebody else's weed? Right. And the thing about it, I'm going to be honest. My mother-in-law is home now, right? Suffering from stage 4 cancer, right? And she never smoked a day in her life, never did anything, was a healthcare worker. And she don't know how she got it. But I started to grow some weed, and I said, listen, I sat and prayed spiritually with my plants. I said, listen, create something that's going to help her get better. And I tell you, no lie, I get all my weed tested. I go to Massachusetts, I use the Purple Labs, I get all my weed tested. I was growing weed, breeding weed, getting it tested, never had no CBD in here. I tested some shit after that. I had some shit, 25% THC, 7% CBD. If you know anything about weed, that mixture right there is a crazy mixture. I'm just saying that to say, think about it. What she's saying is, we gotta come together. So if you smoke weed, give it some people, grow some weed. You can make money off of it. You just grow it. It's economics. We need group economics. That's the only way we're gonna get bigger. That's the only way we're gonna get better, is if we have something. And cannabis is it. It's I think it's the miracle drug, if you ask me, but that's just my stance on it. I think it is.
Nah, facts. Marijuana and therapy are the two things, and my daughter, and therapy are the two things that saved me. Marijuana saved me by just, you know, being my own best friend. You know, I can smoke all day, just be right by myself, you know, and reading books. My best friend is Google Docs. I want all of y'all to make your best friend the notepad or something, or Google Docs. I swear to God, Google Docs is my best friend. I got all of my business accounts, contracts up there. But therapy, I'm a little different. I mean, I grew up in the projects, 2-500 things, BV, the Blue Projects on Valley Street. And what got me out all of that street stuff was therapy. My mother was going to therapy and stuff for her own reasons, but I started going on my own. I used to catch the city bus in high school to go to my therapist all the way on Orange Street, downtown New Haven, 3 times a week. And I liked it because I started seeing way better things about life. I mean, I grew up in the projects. A lot of people grew up in the hood, but I lived in the house and stuff. I grew up in the projects. I mean, I never had roaches, but because of the neighbor 3 doors down had roaches, everybody had roaches. You feel where I'm coming from? And the shit was just crazy. Like, you know what I mean? I seen so much. So I suggest everybody definitely mess with therapy, man. There's nothing wrong with therapy at all. I tell you, it saved me. It's the difference between me and a lot of my other family members. And what else? My daughter. Oh, man. So it's about new life to me. Being able to bring somebody up in the image how I perceive a pure woman, and it's, yo, shit crazy, man. Because, like, she listens to me. I'm always there for all her issues. I'm her therapist. I don't yell at her. She goes through a lot of stuff on her own life too, with her mother and all of that. That's besides the point. But yo, Rich World, you gotta wait. I want to go. You next. You next. I want to go back with Rich World. Come here real quick, Rich World. I want to know what made you come here. Come up on the camera. Come up here. What got you? What rehabilitated you in your life, bro? So, I mean, you grew up in this struggle. I listened to your music. You went through a lot of shit. Now, I mean, what? All right, so talk to him. Move on right here for the camera.
So, just like a lot of people here, I assume, you know, like in the project type environment. I moved around a lot. Different schools, different cities, different faces all the time, honestly. I used sports as an outlet growing up, listened to music a lot, played different instruments, trumpet, keyboard, used to listen to my uncle a lot. But eventually, like after high school, when I like started to venture out to the world by myself, I kind of got sucked in, and you know, just trying different things, doing different things, good and bad, to put $1 in my pocket, and kind of paying for it now. I ain't gonna lie, I got like 3 years probation I'm dealing with. I almost ain't make the show this weekend because like Wednesday night I got a bag for some other dumb shit. So it's just like, stay the course, stay focused, honestly. Talk to yourself. People think it's crazy, but I'm not gonna lie, that's the best conversation you can have. Talk to yourself, stay focused.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to the cannabis, right? It is where we need to be at. I'm gonna be honest with you. I say get your weed tested though, because there's so much stuff being put on weed nowadays. You gotta be careful. Like I'm around retailers every day, and I just hear them all the shit they put on the weed, and I be looking like, damn, y'all gonna hurt somebody one day. But they don't give a fuck because everybody wants the bag. But if you're around for the bag, that's what you. I'm not one to judge or anything like that, but I tell you, if you want some money or you want some peace of mind, grow you some plants, man. Because it ain't nothing like growing your own.
About that, so you could grow up to 12 plants. So, like, how about driving? Like, if you're in a whip with, I mean, how much can you have when you're in the car? I heard like 4 ounces.
I believe it's 4 ounces on your person, but it's more in your glove department or your trunk. I think it's close to a pound up in your trunk.
But somebody just got locked up, though. I didn't see that in the news.
He had 9 pounds, though.
Oh, 9 pounds. So you can have up to a pound in your trunk or your glove department if it's locked.
Yep. So you got to take advantage of the laws, because I spent a lot of time in jail, so...
So how about crossing like state lines with that amount?
That's where we go wrong at, because it's still legal federally. We can't cross state lines. Once you cross state lines,
Well, when I flew from Cali to back to here, I had probably like 4 ounces in my carry-on, and they didn't say.
yeah, they don't care. I mean, they don't really care. But if somebody does care, you might be detained for a little while or anything like that. But
So, but you just can't have like the scale and baggies and stuff and all
so that's
that.
that's where you go wrong at. Like, just because you think it's legal, now if you get caught with 1,000 bags of empty stuff and you still got a scale, now they're gonna hit you with running a drug factory, and that's where you get the felony at. So just the possession of cannabis is legal, but if you get caught with all the other stuff that looks like you're running a factory, that's gonna be the felony on your record. You might have that M for the misdemeanor for the weed, but you're still gonna have that.
So, would you get a misdemeanor for having 4 ounces on you, or did they let you go?
If you just got 4 ounces, they're not gonna do nothing to you because it's legal. So you can do it in the state of Connecticut.
Y'all heard that? Up to a pound in your car.
It's not expensive. If you listen to how people used to talk about growing into LED lights, you get an LED light for $100, $200, get you a little tent, or you got a room.
You got the whole kit for like $130.
Yeah, you get a whole 10 for $130. You get you a couple seeds or find some seeds in the dispensary, weed, whatever it is, and grow the shit.
Goodness gracious, we all don't smoke.
We all don't smoke, but you don't have to smoke. That's the thing. Like I said, I don't smoke as much as I used to, but I take it in my honey. I take it all different types of ways. I got to take it because, and I'm gonna let you know one thing. If you take it, I'm sure some people have taken edibles versus smoking. It's a completely different high because, yeah, that's what I said. Most people can't take edibles, but they got oil, they got topicals, they got a lot of different things that do with pain, all types of things. And you can juice the leaves. The leaves of a cannabis plant has more nutrient in it than kale. That says a lot about that plant. That plant is used for about 9 different things, 9 different industries.
Oh, that makes sense. Because I'm not a smoker. So they got me one time. They forgot to tell me it was brownies that was, oh my God, terrible.
You see it everywhere.
I have a low tolerance. I did not. I was like.
But
Oh,
go ahead.
Is this on? Yeah, I think that is a good idea to grow your own stuff because we don't. And weed is the only drug that is the cure it's treatment for things. Like all these doctors prescribe this medication. Sometimes it make you more sick than you already are and give you something else is wrong with you. And this is a Schedule 1 drug. It's on the list with heroin. And I'm like, how could that be? Like, it doesn't make sense. Heroin they don't use that as treatment for nothing. So why would you put that in the same category? Like, and it's natural. It came from the earth. Like, and that's what I channel. That's why I smoke, because I have anxiety. But it makes me, it calms me down, it relaxes me. So I don't think I need it, but because I don't do it as often as I used to, like you said. But it does help.
So since you brought up that you have anxiety, right? That's some people would say that's a mental health issue, a mental health problem, anything like that. Have you ever smoked some cannabis that went the opposite way of calming your anxiety and took your anxiety to the next level?
No, I never had it. I heard other people say.
Yeah, I'm glad you never had that experience. So that's why I say getting your cannabis tested, because that experience is out there and it might not be too happy for you.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say they don't smoke because when they did, they got paranoid and they didn't feel right, so they just stopped doing it altogether. But luckily, no, I've never had that experience.
Testing and doses is the biggest thing. It's like if you didn't have your cannabis tested, you don't know how high the THC is. You have to smoke it to figure it out. So if you got the test previously, you can say, all right, you can break the doses down and you know how much to smoke. Take a couple totes and find your spot. So I'm not promoting the smoking. I'm promoting the healing from what it is.
Yeah, therapy is also good. I agree with that. I've gone to therapy before. And she was able to make me realize some things on why I had certain behaviors and things like that. And I feel like making me aware of that was allowed me to be able to change those behaviors and things like that. So for going to therapy if something is bothering you, or like they said, I agree with this one over here, like doesn't mean that you're crazy. A lot of people have that misconception. There's nothing wrong with having someone to talk to. That's it. It's just someone that you're able to talk to that has an unbiased opinion, because they don't know you or they don't know the person you may be coming there to talk about or something, if you're not just going for yourself. So they can be able to give you an overall picture without being on the other person's side or whatever, and help you figure it out.
What's up, y'all? Is it possible to force therapy on somebody that doesn't want therapy?
Yes, but it's usually minors that they do that.
So
the court can even do that. The court can say, just like they can say you got to go to anger management, they can say you have to go to therapy with the whole family or with yourself as well twice a week.
I'm not talking about like a doctor saying, yo, you gotta go to therapy. I'm talking about like just regular somebody else projecting hey, you need to go to therapy. Like, is it?
No.
That's what I'm saying. So what I'm getting to is sometimes therapy is used as like a tactic from somebody else to, hey, because you don't live like me, now I feel like you got to take therapy.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. And just to piggyback off of that, that's why I stopped going to therapy, believe it or not, even though I have the Mental Harmony Foundation. When I lost my mom young, long story short, and I was having behaviors because I couldn't handle it. And they put me in therapy, I was in DCF, they put me in therapy. But the therapist started medicating me. And it was like I had to take it. And I was worse. That's why I don't smoke, I don't do nothing, because I'm probably still traumatized from the feeling of that. And I'm just saying that to say that nobody can make you as an adult unless it was like a court or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that's why it's important to know. That's why I keep stressing knowing your outlet. Smoking is fine. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking it. I just was saying I don't smoke. And what he's saying is right, because so many of our people smoke, but they smoke in anything. I'm just saying. They really are. And they wondering why they can't function until they smoke. They can't. It should be recreational. It shouldn't control your fucking life. It shouldn't be you wake up retarded on crack because you can't smoke. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be. That's what I was saying.
I just want to remind everybody, we got some food out there. We got some soul food. Exactly the food. We got like baked mac and cheese, some shrimp, jerk stuff, and all of that. And then we got the bar. The bar open. We got Hennessy, Dulce, Grey Goose. We got everything back there. Definitely tip the bartender. Know what I'm saying? Just get right. Everybody get right. 21 and over. 21 and older. Everybody 21 and older. I'm playing with you. I'm playing. Shout out to High Bros. Shout out to High Bros. You know what I mean? High Bros in the building. You know what I'm saying? All right.
So, to your question, I like to believe that someone can force therapy. Just because I believe our mind is so powerful, if somebody says that to you and you believe it, that seed is going to be planted in your head that I need to go to therapy. So I just think a lot of things is on what we believe. I mean, if you believe that and you hold on to it, I think something's going to grow.
Because look at 50 and Joe Budden. They're going back and forth. And Joe basically said 50 needs therapy. And 50 is like, nah, I'm on attack mode now because, like, how dare you, basically. You know what I'm saying? So
I think with 50, he's comfortable in himself. I mean, so what Joe Budden's saying is his perception. 50's not buying into that. 50's like, listen, this is me. This is how I've always been. Ain't nobody gonna change it. That's the individual in 50. But you know, if we talking community-wise, that's what I would promote. That you got to be careful what you put into your mind because it can manifest into something that you really don't want.
Now, what you said just gave me a different perspective. Because it's true. There's certain people, it's not so many people opinion I value, I'm going to be honest. I'm like, what? Oh, well, that's them, I'm good, you know. But it's a couple of people that will make me think like, dang, I did do this or I should have did this. And I could imagine if one of those people told me something, I would consider kind of what they said. That was a good point.
That was a great point. I wanted to speak a little bit about what she's saying as far as, like, for me, I grew up with both of my parents in the household. My mother and father, they've been married for over 50 years. They come from the South, so they got a different tradition. But if my mother was to tell me, listen, you need therapy, I'm going to think about it. I'm going to say, that's my mother. You know what I'm saying? That's my rock. I might think about it. But I think with mental health, I think that's one of the things that us in the urban community, we kind of lack. Because if you look at a lot of the households are broken. So you got young men growing up with no father in the household. You got nobody to really talk to. Mom might be bringing different dudes in. Different dudes got different ways of thinking. So I think the household dynamics play a factor in, you know, mental health too. So I just, you know what I'm saying, just to put that out there, you know, to each and every one.
You said something earlier about being this as well. regarding genetics with mental illness. Like I said previously, I used to have different behaviors, right? Like outbursts and like, it was almost, it was like, yo, you kind of, but I had to realize why I had that, right? And I realized I didn't meet my biological father until my mom died. And when I met him, I was like, wow, this is crazy. I look just like them, and I be acting like them. Yo, well, like it was crazy. Like, but I understood myself when I knew more of myself. When I knew where, like, I'm like, yo, that's why I'm like that. I'm a good person, but I can't take when somebody playing with me. I can't take it. I don't know. Like, so I think that played a lot into it, and that plays a lot into everyone's situation as well, because when they broke up the households, and this is back to our people, right? It did a lot to women and men, you know, because men, a lot of men had, and don't get me wrong, people been cheating and doing stuff obviously forever, but a lot of men made other families everywhere because they made them wherever they was kind of at. No, right? You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of women didn't have the support they needed, so they were promiscuous and might have had other kids and this stupid shit going on, or they kind of, a lot of them kind of were lack in certain areas that they needed to build up. I'm gonna say this. My mom, God bless her soul, was a great mother, but she didn't communicate that well. She didn't communicate because she was tired. She worked on one job, she worked another job. And then it's like, you should know this. I'm the oldest, right? You should know da 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 da. I'm like, what? So it made me even more tough and less tolerant for things. So a lot of times I would go out in life, and now I have to live my life grown, and I'm wondering why the hell I don't ever get along with nobody, you know? And it's like, I guess I'm coming off a certain way because how I was raised. And then I still got the buck out father side in me, right? So, I think that just was a good point that you both made about just number one, knowing who you are, and genetics, and then the household dynamic plays a lot, because now if you have a single mother raising you and you're the oldest of the kids, you're going to be a second mother basically. You know what I'm saying? So then when it's time for you to meet goals and do things you want to do, you either can't do them or you overdo it and be out too much outside because you didn't get the time that you wanted to do the things, you know. A lot plays into it. That's why it's just so important to really know what you need to keep yourself together. Because if you don't think of that, if you just go on like every day, keep going, you're going to crash out at some point. Something's not going to be balanced because it's not normal. When you go to different things and they ask you about your childhood, they ask you, therapy. I think that's the first thing they ask you when they do intakes. They ask you like about your childhood, your family, household, who lives in your house right now, where you live, are you safe, and then they go straight to your childhood. Because that determines so much of what you are right now.
That's knowledge yourself right there. They don't know, so they gotta ask you to get knowledge of you. So that's knowledge yourself that we all should seek to get from inside and through our genetics, through our family around. Yeah. Sorry to cut you off.
No, that's.
But yeah, genetics is definitely it's important, and the household dynamic is important too. Because I know I see it with my son sometimes. I watch him trip out, and I be like, oh, that reminds me of me. But being able to be there is I think is a benefit to him, and I think just be mindful of that, and just try to get to the root of things. Just try to find the root, dig deep, meditate, because meditation is a great therapy. Like, you know what I'm saying, just listening, just going outside in some woods or somewhere, just early morning, just listen to the birds chirp. You know what I'm saying? play some dirt, do something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Get back to the root of things. I mean, because right now we live in this like a microwave generation. We want everything so fast, like so fast. But you know, sometimes it don't last long when it comes so fast. And, you know.
Oh man, there's a lot of things that come here. I think first of all of our parents fuck us up. Doesn't matter if they stay together, if they leave, it don't matter. Like I don't even eat grapes no more because my mom fucked me up when I was 6. She said them little seeds and there were boogers, and I still eat grapes. I know they're not boogers. I think parents do that anyway. My godmother is a black woman, and she used to always, after school, me and my sister used to be at my cousin's house because my parents worked late, and I always get whooped all the time. So I get hit with a flip-flop. I don't wear flip-flops anymore. So I mean, your parents always fuck you up somehow. You know, it doesn't matter. To say that, yeah, you should definitely get your weed tested. Definitely get your weed tested. I like that point too because I smoked some shit like the other week, made me quit my job. You gotta be real careful. I was gonna get a promotion. I thought he wanted to talk to me about some other shit. I said, fuck you, I ain't coming. You gotta test your weed. Don't get too paranoid about that. But if I can speak, I guess I'll speak true now that I made some giggles. I mean, if I speak from the heart and speak my truth, I'd say that, you know, I'm glad you guys made the distinguishment between mental health and mental illness. There's definitely a difference. I suffer from both. I feel like you're right. Everybody have a degree of mental health. Everybody have depression, anxiety to a certain degree. Maybe even autism too. We don't even know how that works now. But but I feel like, you know, if you would do, and you guys could, you know, definitely fight me on this one, but I feel like if you're a dude, in my experience, and you suffer with mental illness, like nobody really gives a fuck. Like I feel like people say they give a fuck, but they don't really give a fuck. And like every day, it's like they just expect you to suck it up, just deal with it. And most days I'm ready for that challenge. You know, I respect that. But some days I get sick and tired of this shit, and it's like, and it comes from a lot of, you know. And I'm not saying, I'm sure there's a lot of amazing women here, but I've dated some terrible ones. And they say that it's okay to cry in front of you, and then you cry in front of them, and then they hold this shit against you later. Now I don't feel like crying no more in front of nobody. Fuck everybody. Now every time I meet anybody, I'm like, I wish a motherfucker would right now. Like I really, every day. I just feel like that you hold on to that enough, and the shit gets kind of crazy, man. It just builds up, but there really isn't an outlet. Because they say meditate. I heard that a lot. Listen to music, bump some dirt. That's a good one. This shit just doesn't work sometimes. And sometimes you just gotta remind yourself, what's your purpose in life? We all got multiple purposes, by the way. And we all hold at least one purpose in common. I'm gonna tell you that right now. All of us. We all just be a good person. That's it. That's it. That's purpose number one. Just be a good person. I think you were trying to say that earlier. We gotta, you know, be together, be good people, know what's right, know what's wrong, act on that. You know, we have to stay together because we are all brothers and sisters, man. We all come from the same God, you know. You got to remember, that's the first purpose. Whatever we do outside of that, whatever, you know, you reach a mental health advocate, growing marijuana, whatever your purpose is outside of that, that's great. You know, live that, but be a good person. Just love one another, just like Jesus said. That's all it is.
Facts.
Maybe a couple of months back, I was a little frustrated or whatever. My wife said, you should see a therapist. I said, well, you're a woman, you go see a therapist. I'm just going to go to the barbershop with the fellas, and we would talk out there. But I realized the fellas may not always give you the right answer. We will not always lead in the right directions. Give you the directions that maybe is best for them. And then we follow them and find out, hey, shit, I should have went up with the wife. In my situation, I should have went with what the wife says. So I tried the therapy. It wasn't for me like hanging at the barbershop was, but it was just for just a point of us, urban culture. I believe that's what it was. We never want to see therapists right off the bat. That's never what we set out to do, and it wasn't what I wanted to do, but it helped in the long run.
I think I want to what you said about men crying. I think we put this unrealistic expectation on men as if they're not humans and they can't have a moment. Like you said, everybody goes through things, and sometimes, like if you lost someone, somebody passed away or something, it's okay if you cry about that, and a woman shouldn't make you feel bad. Now, if you're excessively
crying all the time for a man or a woman, then maybe you might want to look into that. And if there's, over small things or whatever, but sometimes it's okay. And if you're in a relationship or dealing with someone, they should be able to accept that, in my opinion. You're human too, you're not a robot.
Yeah, I agree with what you said, and I think that just overall this society we're in now, everybody's trying to one up the next person. Everybody act like they don't got no feelings. Everybody trying to. It's just a shame, but that's what we live in right now. Where if you are vulnerable, or if you express yourself in any other way besides like flexing, you almost looked at as like, oh, this person. Yes, I'm sad, I'm mad, and I'm gonna go to you because you did it. You don't have to dumb me down. I think this society has a thing where they want you to dumb me down. I'm not ever gonna dumb you down. And sometimes I'm not gonna say I'm an advocate for violence or anything like that, but sometimes you gotta really stand on how you feel, whatever way it's gonna go. And I just hate the way that sounds. But, stop. but it's true. It's true. And I kind of lost my thought because it made me laugh. It's an inside joke. So I'm gonna stop right here.
I just want to say to brother Nick, I heard you say that as a man you feel like nobody really gives a fuck.
Right. I just want to piggyback off of that.
Yeah. I just want to let you know that that's not true. I think if you search this room right now, I can guarantee you can find 2 to 3 people in here that cares.
I want to challenge that because I agree. Probably in this room, we probably do got people that like now we talking about it. They might have a new idea of it, but normally, it seems like society turns their back on men. Men in general commit more suicide than any other gender. Well, it's only 4 to 1. Right. So, I mean that says something alone. So there's all this suicide going on, and if we care as much as we say we do, then why don't they feel like they don't have a safe space to talk about it? They don't feel like they have a place where they can be vulnerable, like you were saying, the women that we dealing with.
It doesn't feel good to be vulnerable. Like I think in my brain, it just the willingness to want to cry and let that out, I know isn't going to make me feel as good as the ridicule I might get after that, or like the shit that I got to deal with after that. I feel like it doesn't really pay off to even do it no more. So now, my question is this, to the men, man to man, everybody, so the females can even hear this too. What do you do when you reach in your bag of inner strength and you go to pull that shit out and there ain't nothing there anymore? What's the next step?
You be still. You be still, you pray, you meditate, you do what you gotta do, because there's too much commotion, there's too much distractions within the world. So I just think when you be still, and that's why for me, it's nature. Going outside in nature, because we think birds can't talk and plants can't talk, but them shits will actually communicate to you if you just be still. Like you will hear the birds will play the music for you. You don't need no fucking instrument. The birds will play the music for you early in the morning if you go outside.
I think it's
just be still.
I think it's God.
Yeah.
I think it's that same voice that you listen to when you're talking to yourself, like my man was saying. I think that's what you got to talk to, because that voice never steered you wrong. That voice never said, "Oh yeah, you should end it today." You see what I'm saying? That voice always was that voice that said, "Nah, you gotta figure it out."
I think it's okay sometimes if you fall apart. And it happens to I think that's the problem, like what she said about flexing. Like people try to act like they got it all together, and it's okay if you don't. You're gonna make mistakes. If you start a business or something, it might fail, but that don't mean give up and don't try. Or in anything you do is not always gonna go your way the first time. But if you really want to do it, then you have to. You gotta take. You might need to cry, or you might need to punch the wall or go for a jog or do something, smoke a blunt or something real quick to get your mind right and sit there and think and then get yourself together and make a plan, like, or take a couple days, whatever you need to get your mind right so you can get back on track. But it's okay to take that time. Like, nobody is expecting you to figure it out in that next second or in 24 hours or whatever. Some people were homeless and now they're millionaires. And often, and I'm talking about money now, but often we measure success by just financial stability, but that's not what it's all about. I think when Joe Budden's, back to what he said, told 50 Cent, oh, I think you need therapy, I don't think he meant it as an insult. I think because of the behavior that he's doing, although it's understandable to an extent, I know he went through a lot. I actually think he should talk to somebody or do something, maybe not go to a therapist, but I think there is things because of how he was brought up. He was shot 9 times. Like, anybody gonna feel that, and you still here. Like, did you ever talk to anybody about that? Like, maybe a friend or whatever, like, or you just held on to that and act like it didn't happen?
Thank you. But that's what I mean though. Like, does he have to? If he doesn't feel like if he's not doing harm to anybody else, wouldn't you take it as an insult if you didn't feel like you had to do something and somebody's projecting, hey, I feel like you should do this because you're not living in the way where I think it's right? You see what I'm saying? That's why it was an opinion.
Can we get, I understand y'all have a conversation, can we get already answer that question?
The question was just, okay, because I kind of challenge you, sis. I think that I'm more like the 50 Cent. Well, I ain't gonna say. I'm not like, no. I'm not gonna keep bothering. No, but I'm just saying that once you bother somebody, first of all, it's personality anyway. They all freaking celebrity personalities. Number one, and two, he does say a lot of things pertaining to current events because that's his personality. And then on top of that, I mean, that's his status, celebrity. And then on top of that, when somebody says something, if I say something worse, you should say something to me. You know what I'm saying? But I do get the point. I do get the point that the overall point is that he just feel like if you always have to respond crazy, you might need therapy. I still don't agree, but I get why he said it. But then it's like, you might need therapy for saying I need therapy. How you gonna jump in and get mad when I'm minding my business talking about somebody else that started with me? You know, so it's all retarded. It's all, but just to kind of close out, I feel like everything that you were talking about, bro, I think is part of just more so connecting, and you might not have been talking about yourself, you might have been talking in general, but just connecting more on a spiritual level with yourself and knowing your outlet again. Because I was like that. I used to put a lot of trust and faith in people in my circle, and I got hurt, and I had a really, really hard time getting over it. It took me like a couple of years to fully heal from what happened, putting trust and information in the wrong people because they made a mockery out of what I was going through. You know what I'm saying? And I'm from the projects too. The first thing you want to do is handle it in the room. You know what I'm saying? But that wasn't going to do nothing. I had to really not do that. I had to really stop, distance myself, and I couldn't put my trust and faith in men like that. That's some real shit. What they were saying about faith. And it's about whatever God or whatever beliefs you have. But that spiritual connection, once I had that spiritual thing with myself, like I said, it ain't that many things that can really mess me up like that now. And I think everybody that's there can attest to that. Once you on that level, and you more in tune, we human, we cry, we laugh, whatever, but you kind of at an even thing, like where you know where you're going, you know yourself, you know what you got to do. You kind of just have a different outlook on what people put out and what you take really in. I'm not even taking everything in that is put out. Because it might not be, you know what I'm saying, good for me. And people do be hating and all that. That's another, you know, y'all know.
Yeah, I agree with what you said. All right, can I just say, I agree with what you're saying, and yeah, he can't force him to go, but like you said, I understand why he said it, because I don't think he meant it in a malicious way, like, and that's what I was saying, but I get it. Somebody say something to you and you feel offended, or maybe he wasn't trying to offend you, but yeah, and therapy is not for everybody. Like, yeah, it's up there.
So, as we close this mental health segment up, just want to say thank everybody for giving us an open ear, open mind. Hopefully everything was received well. And just always remember that all scriptures, everything always says like God is within. That voice that you talking about, that positive voice, that's the inner God within you. So just trust and believe in yourself, and you know what I'm saying, just keep moving forward. I just want to say this little thing I seen today. It says, if you're persistent, you'll get it. If you're consistent, you'll keep it. If you're grateful, you'll attract more. So if I could just leave y'all with that.
Wait, which one is
it? Stay tuned for the 5th annual New Haven Mental Health Awareness Fair coming up this May. Dates will be going out next week. We need vendors, performers, every type orders. So, peace and love.
Yeah, she had like 400 people over there, man. She invited me last year. That shit was lit. My take on the mental health segment was you can have up to £1 in your trunk or in your glove department. And if you're in your car, you can have 4 ounces on you. A police pull you over, they can't do nothing. And then you can have 12 plants in your crib. So I'm definitely putting, yo, good luck, nigga. Good, I'm about to make that money. Well, facts. So my segment is called The Kings of Our Culture, the Year of Accountability. And this segment is real tough. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to make it real short unless y'all want to dig on it. But my interpretation of why so many people in this world have issues, and no offense to you, Nick Kelly, but it's because the Caucasian ones that came from the mountains. Now I mean the Caucasus Mountains. Now I want to give y'all a little history lesson. This is no bullshit spirituality. This is all facts. So anybody know that the Europeans came out the Caucasus Mountains? What the fuck, yo? Chill.
My man said,
yo.
We about to get on the only white nigga.
Nah, I don't got nothing to do with bro. That's my guy. I invited him here. Nah, but facts, like, I challenge everybody to go on your phone and look it up. Now I'm saying, basically 6,000 years ago, they came up the Caucasus Mountains. You know what I mean? And they were trapped. From my interpretation, they were trapped in there for like 300,000 years from the last ice age. And because of that, when it came out the Caucasus Mountains 6,000 years ago, you gotta understand the lifestyle of organisms that live within a cave for all those years. Take bats, for instance. How do they eat and all of that? They don't get no sunlight. They don't eat no vegetables and none of those proteins. How do they get their shit? They get their shit by drinking the blood and all of that. So all organisms on this planet is similar. We are all the same. So organisms that are in those cave type of atmospheres. Now I mean, for humanoids, which we are all humanoids. For example, I challenge any of y'all. I mean. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is, like, if you go into a cave and you living in a cave without no sunlight, no vegetation, none of that. Now I'm saying the only senses that you're going to be able to incorporate with is the touch, the taste, your sight, you know what I mean, your hear, and your feeling. You know what I mean? You don't get the sense of your spirituality trapped in those caves. You know what I'm saying? So when they came out the cave 6,000 years ago, they interpreted all of the, you know what I mean, because there was a whole bunch of civilizations on the planet 200,000 years, 100,000 years ago, 300,000 years ago. And that's who they learned that information from. Now I'm saying they interpreted the world and how the universe, all of that operate based on their knowledge from what they got from the people that was already on the land and Egypt and all of that. Boom, boom, boom. Now let me go a little bit further into that, right? I want to ask everybody, the beginning, so what do they say how our universe started? Through the Big Bang Theory, right? The Big Bang? Come on, my niggas. The Big Bang, right? Let me point. All right, the Big Bang, right? So, if you go on Google right now, literally, Google will tell you that all of the planets in our solar system in the universe is drifting away from the sun at 0.06 inches per year. Do y'all know what that means? All of the planets are drifting away from the sun at 0.06 inches per year. The Earth is 93 million miles away from the sun. If you rewind time back, do that shit. Rewind 93 million miles back. Because if the Earth is drifting away from the sun at 0.06 inches per year, that's also 1.5 centimeters. And you bring time back 93 million miles, that means you got to convert the 0.06 inches into miles. What you would get is an astronomical number that's way further than some 3.4 billion years or 4.8 billion years that the Earth is built, whatever, that they said that the Earth was created. What you would get is that the Earth is actually like 9.7 trillion years old. That predates all of the whole Big Bang Theory that occurred 14.8 billion years ago to 13-something years ago. So what I'm saying is this. I had to throw the math out there, the science, just to get to the big point. The Europeans' interpretation of existence started with destruction. And it's not their fault. It's not like see, my thing is this. A lot of people think that the Europeans are devils and stuff. I don't look at them like that. I just think that they just have a misunderstanding of how the universe operates. And I learned a lot of this information through my guy, Terrence Howard. Definitely. Y'all can hate all y'all want, know what I'm saying? So listen, I got like 14,000 people on YouTube. Know what I'm saying? I got like 31,000 people on my Instagram. I'm not a city person, like, know what I mean? I'm not somebody that's represented on by my town. I mean, in my hood, everybody fuck with me. My New Haven niggas know what it is, but I'm not one of those individuals that, like, I'm not no performer, I'm not no act. So, know what I'm saying? I don't got no big following in my city. But I got the biggest following, know what I mean, in our city regarding YouTube. Who got 14,000 people on YouTube? I'm going up like 200-300 people a fucking day. And I'm just a regular ass person, got my own security business. You know why? Because, one more, I'm gonna go real quick. Because my interpretation of how I see things is universal. I'm not no city ass nigga, I'm not no state, no Connecticut ass nigga, no United States. I'm universal. You know what I'm saying? So, let's go. Who won it?
Did you just say Terrence Howard made you racist, bro?
It ain't got nothing to do with racism because you probably the one that think white people are devils. I already know there's people in here who comprehend white people being the devils. That's not where I come from. They are just like us. It's just that when they went into those caves 300,000 years ago, they skin grayed.
No, I'm just upset. I ain't get a lot of mic time. Y'all ain't asked me about how I deal with mental health, so I gotta talk to you about how you segue into, you know, my boy Nick Kelly being a demon, and then you started talking about stars and shit dissipating from the earth and shit. That segue was crazy. Yeah, I ain't get a lot of time to talk on the mic. They ain't ask me how I deal with my mental health and shit like that. I just say just masturbate. That's all you gotta do. People say, you know, that's not godly, but fuck that, you feel better after you do it. You know what I'm saying? You know, twist something up. I like to drink. You know, get some Jose Cuervo or something. Mix that with some ginger ale or something. You know, jerk off a little bit. Blah Gigi, Aliza Abira, some honorable mentions. Flicking the bean for females if you want to do that. I don't blame white people for anything. I think black people, we further ahead in life where we got to blame ourselves for shit. We just need more unity. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't even come together for the Target boycott. My mom went to Target the same day on Friday. We just want to take Friday off and now shop at Target. My mom was at Target. She bought like 3 things. You know what I'm saying? So we got to learn how to stick together. You know, the Montgomery boycott back in the day, they did that shit for how long? Like 365 days? Or something like that. That was real unity. You know, we can't stand together on nothing. That's why we behind and everything. You know what I'm saying? White people, you know what I'm saying? They're together like, look, like his girlfriend came to support him. That's some real good shit. You know what I'm saying? None of my girls would have came up here to support him. Like, what the fuck we doing up here all day? I gotta go. Like, you know what I'm saying? She would have been bugging and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think we need to be more like them. We can learn a lot from the white people. You know what I'm saying? They real, you know, they eat dinner at the same table and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We need to stop eating in our rooms and closing the doors and coming together and eating together. You know what I'm saying? And look how happy Nick is. He been the happiest nigga since he got here. You know what I'm saying? Full of life, You know what I'm saying? That's just going outside, you know, being with the trees and shit like that. And having pets and dogs and letting your cat be on your bed and get all the cat hair on your clothes and shit. You gotta be, we gotta be more like them in a sense. And I'm just fucking with my boy Julius. You know what I'm saying? I'm just fucking with him. He was getting too deep for me when he said, once he said Terrence Howard, I was like, oh shit, nigga, not this. Not Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard like 4 + 4. You know, he be making up crazy shit.
Let's challenge it. Let's challenge it. What's 1 × 1? I would do it. I don't give a fuck. You know, I stand on it. What's 1 × 1? No, let's go.
Terrence Howard like 1 × 1 is 10 or some crazy shit like that.
So now you doing some extra shit.
No, that's what he
1 × 1 is 2 is what he said.
Yeah, exactly. But how that don't win?
Because he's talking about energy. Energy does not disappear. So if you got 1 energy and 1 energy right here, and you multiply that shit, it does not become 1 energy. Just do not disappear just for the 1 energy. What happens is both of those energies will combine, and it would be the space will get bigger. So the 1 × 1 equaling 1 is literally the European control with the dollar. Because if you got a job 1 × 1 for you per hour is 15 an hour. Another person that's in the class, you know what I mean, that went to their accreditations, you know what I mean, colleges with their accreditations, 1 × 1 with them is $40 an hour. So what I'm saying is like you're not comprehending, huh?
I get what you're saying, but if I was to put 1 × 1, listen, if I was coming up in elementary school, remember when they used to make us take a little math test? You had to do all the questions, flip the paper over real quick. Y'all remember that? Okay, if my teacher flipped the paper over, she saw I put 1 × 1 was what you said 2. I would still be in 3rd grade math.
You know why? Because that's following the European system. That's the European math that we all have to go through. But, now I'm saying, we all have to go through that. In order to go through school, you have to follow the European system. You have to follow their education. In order to get their accreditations at Yale, all of their colleges and all of that, you have to follow their system. But it's the woke ones that follow their system, but also see past that shit. You know what I'm saying?
My calculator not woke, because if I put 1 × 1 in my calculator,
1 × 1, the fucking calculator will not cooperate.
I need a woke calculator app. If anybody know the woke calculator app, hook me up with that.
Okay, talk to me. What you got to say about this shit, man? Yo, come on, I got y'all here for this one too. I want to hear Chris O.D. Chris O.D., talk to me, bro.
Yo, Nick.
Yeah, we got food out there. We got liquor. Everybody get some liquor from the bartender, like that ass. We got liquor out here. We got high bros out here. We got some weed out here. We got the grabber out here. We got the grabber out here from Roddy Bucks. You know what I'm saying? Yo, tap in. We got the food outside. You know what I mean? Everybody spend your money. So let's keep it going. What you got to say, Nick Kelly?
Let me see. Yeah, there's one. It's definitely one. Yo, this is just hilarious. I'm just saying this is absolutely. As someone whose background is European, I don't remember that math at all. I don't remember none of that. I'll tell you that. They would have never told me that.
So now, hold on.
And I don't go to the meetings.
Are y'all saying everything that y'all learned in school is true?
Thank you, bro. I'm listening. Keep it going. Yeah, I like that.
I learned in school got me a diploma.
What was that?
The things I learned in school got me a diploma. If I would have put on the math test 1 × 1 was 2, they would have never passed and they would have flunked me. I had to get a GED. That's the European. And I ain't saying there's nothing matter with GEDs. My uncle got a GED, but I'm just saying.
Nah, yeah. I agree with what you're saying, but what I'm saying is everything that you learned in school true?
No, but if I would have learned that 1 × 1 was 2, and when the cash register gave me back my change and I counted it, I probably would get the cash register shit fucked up because my math wouldn't be right.
So if 1 penny times, like physical, not the calculator, because we're not going to talk about computers. Of course, on the computers, on any digital platform, it's linear. So they go on, of course it's going to be 1 × 1 is 1, but let's do 2 pennies. 1 penny multiplied by another penny, a physical object. Can you even do that? No, you can't. But if you were able to do that, you will merge them shits, right? Then it'll become a bigger penny. It'll be 2 pennies.
Right.
So in the universal, in real physicality, in real energy, in real what we are, 1 × 1 equals 2.
No, I feel what y'all saying.
But on a calculator, and when it comes to money, and in order for the Europeans to maintain their control, 1 × 1 equals 1, or is whatever they determine the fucking 1 to be.
So if y'all teaching y'all kids like they numbers and shit, and they like, hey mom, I'm at this multiple question, and they say 1 times 1, y'all gonna put 2 on the paper.
That's a good question.
Y'all kid gonna fail.
That's a good question.
We setting our black kids up for failure with 1 times 1 equals 2, because now they're gonna be even 500 steps behind.
Homeschool.
Then we're gonna be up here blaming the white man because our kids can't multiply. I can't go back like that. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta keep 1 times 1 on 1 for a little while longer. At least while I'm here. When I die, y'all can do 1 times 1 equals 2. You know what I'm saying? But that's just not how I grew up. You know, I used to do hopscotch and shit in the hood, and they never had like 2 1 boxes, and then the next box was a 2 box. I'm just trying to spice up the conversation, because I don't know where, you know what I'm saying? I was quiet. They ain't asked me how I deal with my mental health. Y'all came in late. I said I masturbate. I don't know what y'all do. That's how I get over my shit. You know what I'm saying? They're saying a lot of positive stuff, but that shit don't work. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go talk to somebody that you don't know, what you call that? A psychiatrist? Fuck, that shit costs too much money. Masturbation is free, nigga. Maybe $1.99, depending on what kind of lotion you like to use. You know what I'm saying? Might be a little bit more Johnson & Johnson, more cheaper than the other shit. You know what I'm saying? Me, myself, I'm more of a shea butter guy. You know what I'm saying? I like to keep my skin nice and porcelain. But that's just how I deal with mental health. You know, I smoke, I drink, I cuss people out on Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? Because the little kids on there, they're racist. No offense, Nick Kelly. But you know what I'm saying? That's just how I deal with mental health. Don't shoot nobody. You know, put the guns down, put the gloves up. They actually got boxing tournaments in Hartford if y'all want to fight and shit like that. But yeah, I'm fucking with my nigga Julius. You know, I know what he mean by that. But Terrence Howard crazy. That nigga crazy as hell. He saying, you know what Terrence Howard said?
Yeah.
He said he remembered his last life when he died. Do you remember yours? When you died?
Yo, he connected to the spirituality. He connected to consciousness, bro.
He more connected than
the
Buddha.
You better well, I'm not comparing him to others, because my understanding of, I'm going to give it there, so I'm not going to speak on religion too much, but my understanding of Jesus Christ is his message wasn't for us to wait on him to come for us to save him, to save us. His message was for us all to be a Messiah like him and do the shit that he was doing. So in that perspective, let's talk then. Because what you're saying don't align with that.
But whoop that trick? He the Messiah? If that's the case, Ludacris, my Messiah, then move, bitch. Like, that's going on. Get out the way. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just trying to get the energy up in here. Everybody high. I'm just trying to. How y'all doing in the corner? Y'all good? Did y'all pat them down? Because they all got hoodies on.
How much the shots back there? $10 for Hennessy shots. We got Hennessy Douce.
That's High Bros over there, man. That's shout out to my boys over there. That's High Bros. That's the smoke shop. That's Lot family right there. It's High Bros right there.
This many black people in Hampton, because the last time I came to Hampton, it wasn't as black. I guess this is where y'all hide at. You know what I'm saying? I thought Hampton was like predominantly white, but this is cool. This is my first time in Hampton, really. Like second time in Hampton, really. I don't really come to Hampton like that. My bad, Julius. You know, I just wanted to, try to spice it up. I don't know how much longer we got on this podcast. This shit cool though.
Nah, we got mad. So listen, after this segment is the dating segment, and then we got some performers. We got some hot performers out here. So
You know a lot about white people. It seems like. Let me ask you though, we from the Caucasus Mountains, and the mountains are close to the sun. How come none of us caught a tan? Not one of us. I'm not even bright skinned. I'm light skinned. I'm bright skinned. Like.
So this segment is called Kings of Our Culture. Know what I mean? And in this segment, I was talking about the things that separated us. Know what I mean? That got us fighting against each other. The division. And I feel as though one thing we could align on is that the European control in the whole world is what is creating this division. They don't understand the universe, which is why science and technology haven't even risen to where it's supposed to be at by now. You know what I'm saying? Their interpretation of the earth, of the universe, is so stalemated that the color that we are is not necessarily like black, whatever. I mean, we black and all of that shit, but before I'm coming from, it's not necessarily like some race shit, like, but this skin complexion, you know what I'm saying, the darker than this shit is what the humanoids all have, you know what I'm saying? And the Europeans, you know what I'm saying, when they went in them caves, yo, you know what I'm saying, when they were trapped in them caves and they were only able to see the universe, they were not able to connect to spirituality. So because they're not able to connect to spirituality and we were able to connect to spirituality, it's where their whole shit is limited. You feel me? So what they try to do is drain our spirituality and all of our shit, and to benefit their shit. Yo, Yo. My niggas. Good luck, guys. My niggas. So, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think you're talking about him as a whole, though. You're talking about his bloodline.
I'm not even talking about him. I don't even know what his ethnicity truly is. The Caucasians, so the ones that control it's the Europeans, the whole Europeans, you know what I mean?
He's not saying you as a person. He's saying your bloodline, the higher ups, the people that's behind the desk that nobody know about. He's talking about them.
Yeah, but is that in the mountains too?
Nah, I don't know. It might have started there.
I was so close to the sun, I didn't catch one tan. That just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. And then we came down from the mountain and just been the devil ever since.
No, I see. That's what I'm saying. See, I'm the one that see the Europeans just as misinterpreting the whole shit. They just don't know the universe. There are people who think white people that you are like your time is the devil. That's not me, bro. I just feel as though y'all just don't understand the universe how it truly is. Y'all lack the spirituality. You feel what I'm saying?
It really is.
And it's cool though. Like people like you is connected to your spirituality. I'm not even talking about you directly. I'm referring to the ones that have to go through all of those accreditations. You know what I'm saying? The top of the motherfuckers. So yo, we about to end this segment though, unless we somebody from the crowd want to talk because you know what I'm saying.
Ask a question.
Alright, so listen. Now, this segment right here, and we're going to do this for like the next 30 minutes to 40 minutes. This is, to me, one of my best segments. Now, I mean, mental health, and this segment is the best one. This is our dating segment. And then I can't talk too much about it, because I'm not too sure on everything, but my friend, Miss Mila, I'm sorry. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, I see you. So Miss Mila Ray, she has her own business. You know what I mean? She's on Eventbrite. She has her own event situation going on. I'm gonna let her introduce herself. The beautiful Miss Mila Ray.
Thank you. Hi everyone. I'm Mila Ray. I actually moved here to Connecticut from California a little over a year ago. So hopefully we can all be friends after this because I don't know anybody. But I am a full-time speech-language pathologist. So does anybody actually know what that is in here? No? Okay, that's usually the response that I get. So speech-language pathologists, we basically assess, diagnose, and treat communication disorders from across the lifespan. So you might have a pediatric little baby that's autistic that you're working on certain goals with, all the way up to a medical patient who's had a stroke and can no longer eat the same foods that they were able to eat, and anywhere in between. For those of you who have been here this entire time, that's actually why I did not comment on the sports segment, because we get a lot of traumatic brain injuries that we work with as well, which puts me on the opposite side of sports. So yeah, that's just a little bit about what SLPs do. But I am a multi-passionate speech-language pathologist, so I absolutely love all things business. I have several businesses of mine, and the most recent one that I just launched as of yesterday actually is called First Impressions. So it is an elevated dating experience. I'm bringing back in-person dating. I'm really excited about it. I think, everyone was on the apps for a while, and then COVID hit, and then everyone went back indoors, and now it's just kind of like dead. So we're bringing it back. Show of hands, how many people, we're going to do a little roll call here. How many people in the room are taken? Let's see. Everyone in relationships, raise their hands. Raise your hand. Taken, married, yes. Unavailable. Oh, okay. We got some advice. If y'all need you to come up here. Married. How many people in the room are married? Okay, married. How many people in the room identify as taken but not married? Oh, okay.
Don't get him in trouble.
Okay, if y'all get in trouble after this, it's not my fault, okay? It's just a segment, right? It's not that serious. How many people in the room identify as single?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Cool. And how many people identify as in a situationship or multiple situationships?
Be honest.
Be honest, yes, be honest. Okay.
again, like I said, it's not my fault if y'all get in trouble over here. But when I was in California, there was my single friends. They were like, the dating's hard. I'm from the Bay. I'm from Oakland. I moved out here from Oakland, Bay Area. Okay. But I've also lived in Southern California, so both Northern and Southern California, I heard the same thing. Dating's hard. Someone told me that someone peed in the dating pool, and I've been using that phrase ever since. I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess everyone got out the pool. Where are you at now? So I basically was hearing the same things here in Connecticut from singles that I started to become friends with in Connecticut that I was hearing with singles in California. So I said, let's do something that brings community together. Let's, again, everyone's saying, oh, is it a little like speed dating event? No, it's not a speed dating event. It's an experience. So we're going to have vendors. I want to support small businesses. I love small businesses. So having them pop up and showcasing what they're doing. Speakers about dating advice. I got the first dating advice that if there's not a ring on it, you are not taken. So there we go. I don't know about that, but we can open to discussion. But basically panelists. So we have some like sexual health advocates who want to come and speak. We have relationship advice speakers, all of that kind of stuff. And then musicians. I don't know if John Johnson here he was at my event yesterday, and he came and played some live music for us as well. So that was really, really exciting. And then it's for singles and people who are taken. So it's just really to be supportive. You can't really bring your best friends on a blind date. It's kind of, that'd be kind of awkward. So being able to be in a space where like you can come with your crew and, meet other people, network, and it doesn't have to be this awkward one-on-one kind of like first date experience. So that's first impressions. And I think before I open it up for any questions, I kind of wanted to talk about like other people's dating experiences, whether you've got a ring on it, identify as taken, or single, or in a situationship. So maybe we'll start with all the panelists and like go down the line, kind of say what your status is. Let's do that, and then we can get a little bit spicier after that, and maybe share some stories and see where we go there. You want to go? Okay. I guess you're going. Yeah, or anybody, panelists, anyone.
I started off so everybody not so awkward. I'm single. I ain't got nobody. Oh wow.
Wait, yeah, tell them your name, share your information.
Oh, I gotta do all that?
If you're single, you might as well.
Put yourself out there, my guy.
Oh, you got a mic too?
Yeah, we don't got mics.
No, okay.
You can't see theirs, but it's okay.
Alright, so check it out. Oh my god. Alright, so I'm single. Been single for a couple years. I got a son. Things started working out, and then things all of a sudden did not work out. But it's okay. We still staying strong. We still taking care of what we need to, especially as black men. So, I'm kind of in a stall right now because it's hard to find somebody new, and you don't want to start over after how many times we have started over, and shit's not that easy. So all I want to do right now is take care of my son, and maybe finally find somebody that's on the same level as I am, and that'd be okay with me. Cause yes, sir. Much love to all the fathers out there that are trying to do their thing and trying to be better.
Like I'm not even looking. I'm one of those dudes who been like, I ain't want to get too deep, but I'm just a spiritual dude who been practicing retaining his semen. I don't know if any of y'all know anything about that, but like you should try to do that like 3 months straight. You'll see how much energy, how much further in life you'll get. You know what I'm saying? When I do situations like when I go retaining my semen, I mean, guess what happened? I end up getting I'm talking about like no busting and I'm talking about no fucking with bitches, none of that shit. I'm talking about like really like working on yourself. Because that's the biggest problem with us right here. We are all sex demons. Y'all niggas need to chill out, yo.
Take care of yourself right now.
Got you, bro. Got your security. So like, definitely, man. Like I'm dead ass. Like that's what saved me, and that's another thing that saved me. Just retaining my semen. That shit sound weird, right? That's probably what it is. Alright. Semen retention. Alright.
I'm the complete opposite.
Nah, but on some real shit though, that's the best way to go, man. I mean, and that'll be the best way for you to be able to handle a relationship as well.
Okay, sorry to cut you off, but I said we were all gonna do intros before we get spicy, so let's get back to that. Thank you. This is my brand I'm talking about. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, so actually I'm gonna add a little question too. So talk about, you know, where you're at, relationship status, but wait, show of hands, how many of y'all are from Connecticut? Okay. And then Chicago. Okay. So we'll do let's talk about the dating scene from Connecticut or wherever you're from, in your case Chicago, but wherever you're from. So kind of like, if you're taken, got a ring on it, you know, you can maybe talk about how y'all met, what that was like, when you met, was it like pre-dating app era, that kind of thing. So, does anybody want to go first?
I ain't going first again.
Well, I won't talk about my now relationship because I don't want to like put it on the spot, you know what I mean? But I'll talk about my longest relationship. So when I first met the person that I was in a relationship with, I was in a relationship with her for 15 years. We didn't have any kids, we didn't live together, you know what I mean? It was just us, you know what I mean? Just us having a connection with each other. But I was young, you know, and I wasn't really prepared to be in a relationship. You know what I mean? I was still running around, I was still talking to different people, you know what I mean? Having fun. So I wasn't really thinking about what you should be doing when you're with a woman. Like as far as like as a man, like how should I be providing security for her and provisions and things like that? Because I didn't have an example myself growing up. And back to mental health, not to bring it back up, but kind of like that's really a big component of treating a person the right way that you want to be in a relationship with. And she didn't know any better. She was like, she liked the wild stuff or whatever. So she was not sexual, just like being around, being in the hood and stuff like that. She liked that. You know, that was kind of exciting for her or whatever. And so she kind of stayed in kind of what seemed like a toxic turmoil. We had some good times, but I mean, 15 years, you know what I mean? It's 7 seasons, that's a long time. So we fell out. She realized, you know what I mean, I need to do better for myself, and I encouraged her to do that. And that was the hardest thing for me to do. I felt like I was enabling her from doing what she should be doing, you know what I mean? So she went to school. You know, I was helping her in school for a little bit, and I was like, I'm just gonna fall back, and I fell back. I don't know what she's doing. I keep my business, mind my business. I don't really.
Yeah, I just get a 5. I got a 5.
You know what I mean? But I feel like that experience prepared me for learning how to love somebody now. You know?
I like that. That's good.
I would say, let's see, I was with my wife 3 years before we got married, and that was hell. Up and downs, arguing, but once we started mellow out and start putting ourselves in one accord, we started to realize that we were meant to be, as our spiritual and mental health. We start to take place and put more things in order. To what we need to do to build our family that we have now, because now I have a family like my parents. I'm from the South, as you were saying, I have 2 parents that was in the home, and now us, 2 of us, 2 kids, we're trying to raise them in a way that both of us are there. If it's not like mommy and nobody else, it's mommy and daddy. You want to follow one, and it's going to stick from mommy. If mommy make the call, it's no. It's no. Don't ask me. It's no. So we built that communication together to the point where we build our relationship off of communication and love alone, and left everybody else out. Because I've been through that stage too. Eliminate Facebook. God.
Who else wants to share? Everyone's looking away like,
You're not next?
oh no, they were kind of popcorning around. So I mean, I can go, but I wanted to give other people a chance. No, he just wanted to talk about semen retention. Okay. He did.
That's wild.
No.
I can't contribute.
So, I'm married. Been married for about 7.5, 8 years.
Amen.
And I want to say, I played the dating scene in Connecticut for a while. And I would say it's kind of like, the dating scene, it's kind of like saturated because the population density in a small town like New Haven, everybody knows everybody. And as a man, back to the mental health things, our pride kind of gets in the way of really wanting to open up and be vulnerable to certain women, especially if a partner of us done slept with her or something like that. So the dating scene here, it's a little saturated, but I think it's hope for women, men. I think it's a lot of people out there. I think you just got to connect and find that spiritual connection with somebody. But I will say to what you were just saying about the household, my wife just had a baby 3 weeks ago.
All right. Congratulations.
I couldn't imagine leaving my wife in the house by herself with the kids to do everything. That shit is crazy. I'm watching, damn, she gotta do this. Because we got 2 kids already, but my kids are 10 and 12, and I wasn't fully consciously aware of the things that women go through throughout the whole pregnancy and everything. So to have it now, I mean, I just, the dating scene, it's open here. I just find somebody to stay with her, fellas. Please, hold her down.
Amen. I don't know about that. This nigga said hold her. Come on, man. A lot of bitches.
Shout out to women. Shout out to women up in here.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the beautiful women here.
Yes.
Good night. I'm gonna, what did you say?
Slay's the only one.
No, I mean, no, we're not from California.
No, but I got to know. Who said situationship?
I know.
I will not.
Oh, okay.
I'm not in one. I know about it.
So you're the odd one out. Again, you're the odd one out.
God damn.
Okay, so y'all are awake. I was just checking.
Yeah. We got it. I'm in a situation, I don't know. I just got out of a relationship last year. Julius knows who she is. She was, I thought she was in the man. I thought she was the one. Turns out she's just another hoe. You can't turn a hoe into a housewife. I keep relearning that lesson over and over and over again. You can't go on the dating site. Either dating apps is bullshit. And Tinder's just DoorDash for chlamydia. Let's be honest. I'm just like, I'm gonna put no shade on it. Fuck them. I don't care. I ain't going on there. But most of the women on Tinder look terrible. I ain't going on there. But the thing is, no, but for real, I be in just kind of just still trying to heal, in that stage. When you get fun, like I was talking about earlier, we go back to the mental health. We'll do that. It's gonna come back to mental health a lot. But yeah, like the thing I was saying, I don't really feel like putting myself out there like that, or maybe even reaching 50% of the way. Because I mean, like for what? You fall in love, you pack it up and start again. Like right now, I need to work on me. Now, I already love myself, and I already hold myself in high esteem, and it ain't that. I'm not defeated in that sense. I'm defeated in the sense that I just keep trying, and the energy is just not there, and I reach into this bag, and I just don't got no more shit to pull out. It just get to a certain point where it's just like, no, I just need to be alone, just for a minute. Not lonely,
been alone. You know, I'm never lonely. I got tons of friends. I got my family. I got the best friends in the entire world, and I know that because y'all are some of them. So let me tell you, I get through a lot of things. I got a lot of strength, a lot of things in my back, you know. But it's sometimes it's just better to be alone, to focus on yourself, and just, you know, kind of get in tune with that, because you got to know what you have to offer, right? You got to know your worth. Sometimes you work more today than you were yesterday. You don't know. So you got to really do that shit. You got to remember what you worth. And when you put yourself out there, you got to know this. Yo, this is what I'm holding. This is who I am. And right now I ain't there yet. You know, right now I'm still trying to realize it. I'm trying to
That's real. That's real. Also, I want to say, it's kind of, it is the hurt people type, the hurt people cycle, right? Like, if you could talk to a lot of men, or like a lot, I language, guys. I've been in therapy before. I language is really good to use. I've talked to different men who have said, oh, you know, women are this and that, like, oh, all women do X, Y, and Z, these like blanket statements, right? And then vice versa. I've heard women say, oh, well, you know, oh, like say, it's okay, you can cry, and then it's a whole issue, right? Like, oh, why is he doing this? And then, okay. But it's a cycle, right? Like, if someone hurts you, you're going to be guarded. And now all of a sudden you're the man that's not emotionally available. You're the man that doesn't know how to communicate, right? If you're that woman who's now with this man who doesn't know how to communicate, you're like, oh, he wasn't there for me. So I'm going to go do whatever I want to do because my man's not showing up. The mic agrees with me, thank you.
Yeah, they like that.
And then you, I don't know, then maybe you become unfaithful or something like that, and now you're the woman who's unfaithful. So now you look bad, and now it's a cycle, right? So I think that's fair. I think there's nothing wrong with being, I think it's great to be still, to find, you know, to rediscover your value. Yeah.
And again, I think women are fucking amazing. I think y'all deserve 100% of the man, you know? You all deserve that, you know, that guy to come at you 100% and come correct. You know, you guys, that's what you deserve, mostly. I say, like, there's some women, but most men are just like, so it's like, it's cool, we get it. But no, I appreciate that. Where did my guy go? He like, no, when you're talking about my shit right now.
All the way.
Well, it's okay, pass it. It's okay, keep going.
Pass it down, yes.
Wait, yeah, hold on. We're all going. Come on.
There's always someone out there. Sometimes you gotta lower your standards. You can't be.
Choose wisely.
You can't be a fat motherfucker. No, it's fact too.
No.
Hey, you can't be that bitch. I want a guy making 200,000. You know what
Seriously.
I'm saying.
Some niggas making that money get what they want. You know what I'm
You're saying.
And they most of the time they can't.
I come from a 2-parent household.
I'm with you on that. I'm on that shit.
So my parents is married.
Man. Yeah. Yep.
And I got babies.
Suburban ass nigga, yeah.
So,
That's me.
I won't be in the house with my kids, but I like girls.
I mean, you like whatever you like. Hey, man. Whatever you like.
Hey, it's 2025.
Yeah,
Just kidding. No? Keep going.
Jadakiss, man.
No. We won't expose you. Yeah, you got your situationships. Okay. You got your situationships. So what?
Situationship.
Everything. It sounds like you've lived enough life to know things. So is there any advice that you want to give us? Anything that you learned, any fatherly advice, any Connecticut residents, native advice, you know, anything at all.
Delete the text threads.
Yes, sir.
Want you.
And they go on to recently deleted.
I would say, the advice that I would say is to try your best to be in the household with your kids, but not at the sacrifice of your full potential.
I like that.
That's true.
I like that. Good.
So what are we talking about? What I like?
Okay. We know what you like. You told us a couple times already.
I don't know if I know what I like relationship-wise, though. I gotta talk about
The relationship with you and your hand, right?
I mean, that's on mental health days.
Oh, okay.
That's
So
like if I call out from work, I'll put some PTO with her, you know what I'm saying?
okay, so like PTO and like Monday, Wednesday, Friday type thing.
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Got you.
You can't deny, you know what I'm saying? When a girl walk in with a little bitty waist and that big nigga in your face, you get sprung, nigga, you know what I'm saying? That's just really what it is. I ain't a boob, nigga. Breasts don't really do shit for me like that, you know what I'm saying? Black, white, Puerto Rican, Asian. I went to a mixed high school, went to high, you know what I'm saying? It was all types of different people up there. I tried to go like high school, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, we're not talking about what we like.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about like any just. Okay, chill. I said intros before it gets spicy.
Okay, my first girlfriend,
Thank you.
second grade, I had shared my milk with her, and we used to like lock legs underneath the lunch table. That's how I knew she was my girlfriend. So I've been getting girls since I was like 5, 6 years old. I had another girlfriend through elementary to middle school, but then she moved across the town, so we had to go to different middle schools. Oh, right now? I'm juggling to like, 2, 3 girls right now, but I'm not taking anything serious because they're not taking nothing serious, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta have girls for different stuff nowadays because they all don't come as a complete package. So one of them's a good cook. She cooked like a motherfucker, but she like a 6, 5.5. So I don't really bring her nowhere because that's embarrassing to me. The other girl, she bad as shit, you know what I'm saying? But I don't want to claim her because when she be posting in her stories and niggas be hearting shit, that shit hurt my feelings. So I don't want to really be too close to her because she bad. And when she posts shit online, I'm like, yo, why she post that? She just said it took me this more than that shit. She be fucking with me. And then my other girl, she like in the middle, like she not too ugly and she not too cute, but she real. So that's why I go to her to talk this shit. So I got a girl that can cook. I got a good-looking girl who I don't want to commit to because she bad and she got niggas on her shit. And I don't want niggas to know that I'm the nigga in the background that's like the boyfriend. I think she be fucking other niggas. But I can't let her go because she looks so good. You feel me? And then I got my other girl, like I said, she not too good-looking and shit, but she know how to cook and she throw down to the kids. She got 3 kids. You know what I'm saying? So she get a lot of food stamp shit. You know what I'm saying? So she be putting shit together like last week. Yeah, hold on, let me finish. Last week she took like the remaining ramen she had left, from last month. She made like Alfredo with that shit. Like that's some creative shit. So I'm sticking with her because she can make food appear out of nothing. Like what I'm saying? What
about the food stamps?
The food. You need a food stamp.
Her eggs $9.
Her eggs cheap though. She get cheap, that's what I'm saying. You need a girl like her where, I think it's the amount of kids you got. Once a girl got 3 kids, she just get free shit from the government. So I keep her in the roster. But yeah, I wish I could take all 3 of them. I wish I could take all 3 of them and mold them together and be the perfect bitch. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cuss. Can we cuss? I just want to mold them, like fusion, like you know what I'm saying. Put them together, do a little fusion dance with them, and they would be like, because now in 2025 you need 3 girls to make one. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what I'm doing right now in my relationship life.
So, amidst all that, you did say something that I want to respond to. There's a lot of things I want to respond to, but I'm only going to respond to one. So, you said something along the lines of like, I'm gonna mess it up, but you said something about them not being ready, so you don't know where they stand, type of thing.
That was the bad bitch, because she be all over. Like one day she in Connecticut, the next minute she in Dubai. And I don't got Dubai money, so I got, you know what I'm saying? Like, gotta be another nigga shitting on her chest in Dubai, and she got something right. I don't really know, you know what I'm saying? But she be moving. She like, you ever seen that cartoon Where in the World is Carmen San Diego? Like she be around the world like that. I'm a 90s baby, so I ain't have cable. We only had channel 6, so that's basically watch that show a lot. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, she get around a lot. So that's why you gotta have a local one that's between 4 and 7. Because when she be like, why we don't never go nowhere? It's like, girl, you know why we don't go nowhere. You feel me? You ain't even gotta really explain to her why we ain't got no pictures on the internet. that? Come on now, really? You know what I'm saying? Do you need girls? Because if I try to explain that to the fat bitch, she just gonna leave me. You feel me? Because she got options. You know what I'm saying? She just go on her phone and they all her messages say 99 plus. I look over at her phone. That shit said 99 plus. You know what I'm saying? I know if I say some crazy shit, she gonna leave me. So, my other girl though, the one that she can cook and shit, her messages dry as shit. Her phone dry. I don't even know if her phone on for real. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit don't never play into nothing. Like so, I fuck with her and she throw down in the kitchen for real. And her 3 kids kind of getting me ready for fatherhood because like I'm hitting that age. Everybody's like, when you gonna have kids? And I'm like, you know, I kind of got kids. Like my girl, she got kids. But you know, nowadays, you know, everybody putting their babies on tablets and shit, and they be flopping on the ground like LeBron James and shit running around the house. And I ain't ready for that. I whoop the hell out of the kids. So my mom can whoop me. You know what I'm saying? I can hear my mom now. Why you being loud? I'm on the phone. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be that nigga to my kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. This has been a real group session for me. I feel like I'm just letting out a lot of traumas.
I was actually gonna say.
You know what I'm saying? My dad wasn't around. He left me at 5.
Okay, right. I was gonna say, can I please make a suggestion for next time? I think that the mental health section needs to come after everything else because I think there's a lot of stuff people need.
You hit a tough spot. You started talking about relationships. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was younger, you know what I'm saying, I don't mean to like waste your time, but I used to have like Valentine's Day and stuff like that. You know, you write in the card. Or remember you come and you like pick a number and then you like pick a color. And then you know what I'm saying, they fold it over. Like I had a lot of girlfriends off that, but nowadays like if you ain't making 6 figures and driving a Bugatti, like bitches don't really want to fuck with you. And that's crazy because in Connecticut, a lot of people not even making 17 an hour. But it's like, you know, niggas is like, you know, we got to be more advanced for these normal girls. And it's crazy too because every time you get with a girl too, she got some bills that need to be paid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Last time I was dating this chick and we were sitting on the couch together and she's like, I just don't know how I'm gonna make it to Friday. You know, shit. I don't know how you gonna make it to Friday either, bitch. I ain't got it for your I just came over here for some good time. I ain't come over to pay for shit, you know what I'm saying? Every time I'm coming over, she want me to grab something. Can you give me some milk? Like, yo, why you ain't got no milk at your house? Like, you know what I'm saying? You got kids. That's like irresponsible. You should never have no kids. And that's why I ain't got kids, because I don't know if I got enough of the milk.
Wait, this is your girl now who's asking why you have no more milk?
No, this is the girl with 3 kids. I told you I got 3 girls.
So milk is like a common theme in your life, because that's like what you said in high school or something, or elementary.
No, that was 2nd grade. I had shielded milk cartons.
You shielded milk, yeah.
And we used to lock legs underneath the
That's a full circle. That's crazy. That's crazy. The milk. The milk. All right. Love hearing about it. We gotta go to the next person. Everyone's gonna go, so.
I'm single. I work from home. I don't go anywhere because I'm not looking for anything.
Okay.
I feel like I've given up. So.
Wait, you're not looking for anything because you've given up, or you don't want to look for
They're not
anything?
gonna come knock on your door.
Right. And also, my second question is: have you always worked from home, or did you start working from home after the pandemic?
For a little over 2 years, I've been working from home. Well, actually longer than that because I went somewhere else.
Can you say that again? Sorry, it's hard.
I said a little over 2 years, but I actually worked from home at another job than where I work now before that. So I don't know, at least 3 years I would say.
Okay, so you're usually at home, and then you don't want to meet people because you don't want to, or you don't want to meet people. You feel like you said you feel like you've given up.
I think that I have issues and that I'm damaged from when I don't know, different things that I don't want to, so I just feel like it's not gonna I don't know. I'm working on me, like how you said, it's time for me to be alone right now. Maybe I'll feel different, you know.
So what's your end goal? How long do you want to be alone or work on yourself?
I don't know. I don't trust anyone really, like to a certain degree, like not even just romantically, like in any sense. Like I don't let people in because I don't want to get hurt. It's just easier that way. But I've been hurt before, So I'm tired of going through it, and then I feel like I develop bad behaviors because I was not, like you said, hurt people, and I don't want to inflict that on anyone. If I'm not ready, I don't have a time frame. I would like to have kids, but I also don't want to just be a baby mother. No offense to anyone.
No, you said it right.
So that's what. So I mean, if that happens, it will. If it doesn't, then I'm okay with.
That's real. That's real. Thank you. Yeah, can y'all give it up for that? That's real. That's real. Also, I just want to add, y'all, like, we've been talking about, what happens when you're being strong and then you feel like you run out of strength, or being hurt and then, feeling like you give up and stuff like that. And I just want to say, and crying and then not being able to cry, all that kind of stuff. And I just want to say, like, vulnerability is really a strength. It really, really is. It's scary as hell, but it's a strength. And it's something that even I have to work on. I think men, women, we all have to work on it. Again, like we said, that doesn't mean you gotta be a crybaby like all day long about everything. Then you might not need to get some extra help about that, seeing something else is going on. But just being vulnerable, being like authentically you, that's really, really a strength. So, yeah, thank you for sharing.
Amen.
Last person over here.
Yeah, I got a 11-year-old daughter. I'm not with her mom, though. Co-parenting just taught me not to break up the family. If you can help it, because it's the worst shit ever. You know what I'm saying? But I think that kind of traumatized me though, because now I'm in a situationship, and I felt a little scared to commit, because I don't want to just have sex with this person and be like, okay, this is my girlfriend now. You feel me? I feel like it takes more than that, and I'm looking for more, but I'm not seeing it. And I'm not gonna lie, the sex is good. So
That makes it hard.
What I like to challenge what he said.
Wait, really quickly, sorry, before you shout. Is yours agreement or challenge? Or neither? Can he add and then you challenge? Thank you.
Yeah, he said he said it's not a relationship, but the sex is good. Don't let the sex turn into a relationship.
That's bad. That's a whole nother game right there. All right.
Testing 1, 2. All right, cool. So you said the sex is good. So I said basically don't let the sex make you want to commit, because you could go to the strip club and it might be alright too. But you don't want to. If it ain't there, if you ain't seeing, you just kind of. If you want more, you gotta leave her alone, because your wife probably with somebody else, and that's probably somebody else's wife. Yeah. Maybe she want more. Maybe she feel like the sex good, but maybe she ain't ready to commit or take it to the next level. But you don't want to just be out here wasting your time, because then what if a baby do come? Then what? Now you in something that you really don't want to be in anyway, because of the situation or the relationship that you had before, prior with your kid mother. Nah, listen, they be on birth control. They be on birth control, and then a little bit after that, they not on birth control. Then they like looking at you like they don't know what happened. So maybe it's something that you know about that I don't know.
He said he's shooting up the club. Bop, 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 bop. Now fuck him up. So he's shooting that shit up. Nah. You gotta hit it on the head. I just know you got it.
Alright, so look, my name Bev, everybody. Nice to meet y'all. I fuck with the vibes right now. Y'all cool people, you feel me? But I want to talk about females, feel me? So I'm about to talk about the females. My nigga YK Bar right there, OFS, big OFS, feel me? So, females. All these females texting me, man. I'm trying to figure out which one I want to pick, man. Man, they blowing up my phone every fucking day, man. Talking about some, oh, you can give me a ride here, you can give me a ride here. They'll never give me no gas, bread, no nothing, man. These bitches broke. I'm sorry to say, nah. I'm talking about the bitches that's really broke. Y'all older women, y'all feel me? fine females, y'all doing y'all thing, feel me? I support the black businesses, feel me? But, feel me? Females, some females can be trifling, man. Trifling, like, real trifling, like. My ex loved me for a broke nigga. Shit crazy. She loved me for a broke nigga. Like, the nigga can't even put $10 in the tank. She calling me, asking me to put $10 to give her $10. Whole time it's for the nigga for his tank. I'm like, what? I figured that shit out 2 days later. You know, feel me? I don't really go through phones, but I go through phones. You feel me? It's fine. Feel me? I'm gonna go through her phone. She going through my phone. She going through my phone when I sleep, so I'm gonna go through her phone. Feel me? I go through her phone. He like, yo, you can send me $10 for gas, ma. I got you. Feel me? She like, yeah, I got you. I'm like, what? I kicked that bitch out of my house. I had to. Bags all out the window and shit. But the thing that hurt me was before that, she had got me mad, and we had started arguing or whatever. Feel me? We had started arguing and shit, and then she threw my PS5 out the window.
That's a sin. That's a goddamn sin. That's a goddamn sin.
Yo, I'm telling you this. Yo, I'm telling you, she was kicking the AC out the window. She, boom, kicked the AC out the window. Who was there? Yo, DJ, you can merch it. You can merch it. You can merch it, right? You was there.
You play 2K?
You know I play 2K.
You got a mic player?
99.
You spent money on VC?
Of course.
Did she threw your shit out the window? Let's go jump her right now, dog. Put the mic down.
Wait, hold on. I still got love for her. That's how it be, though. That's how it be. Oh, my fault.
No, you're okay. You're not in trouble. You're okay. Okay. I was just gonna say though, that's where you messing up. Cause she threw your stuff out. Did you talk to her again? Right. So where you? Cause if you set a boundary, you kicked her out, but you let her back in. So now she gonna go back and forth.
Hold on, yo, your mic player was 99 overall. Oh my God!
The
Did you threw your PS5 up? You had 4 mic.
Yeah. You say you rewarding the bad behaviors. That's rewarding the bad behaviors. Here, wait, hold on. Wait, 3 minutes, but I want to get what everyone's saying.
I'm saying you're rewarding the bad behavior. Like if you let her go. Like, you know what I mean? Don't. Yeah. No, it's you. He's talking to you now. Cause you said no. I was just trying.
Okay, let me finish. Yeah, I think you got 2 comments over here. Yeah.
Cause you said you got many girls that's texting you.
I would have got them every Friday.
Why you dealing with somebody that did you filthy like that? You rewarding the bad behavior. Once you let her go, you gotta let her know that okay, this is what it is. This is what you did. Now you bringing her back in your life, and she didn't do anything. You gotta stand on business. So that's what I'm saying. Don't reward the bad behavior. That's all I want to say.
I think you got one more.
You should have curved it.
I got it. Either to the right
Testing.
either to the left of me. Yeah.
Hello? Okay. Yeah, I agree with what you said. If she did that, you gotta, some people are not gonna like this, but you gotta punish bad behavior. I don't mean punish, like, put your hands on her, like, beat her up, or nothing like that, but, like, if you, like you said, you're enabling it because you took her back, so she think that's okay, you gotta let her know that. That's not cut her off. That's how you put your foot in.
So, yeah, I agree with what's being said. I think everyone over here, like, supporting you, though. We're all saying that in support, right? Like, we want you to have your, yeah. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this segment. If any of y'all are interested in coming to my dating event, please come. Let me know. It's First Impressions. That's the name of it, First Impressions. Again, I'm going to do some facilitated dating activities. Maybe we'll see some pop the balloons at some point. And some other, we're going to do a really fun, like, pitch your friend. So, like, if you got a single friend and y'all want to come up kind of like presentation style and, like, pitch them, like, this is why you should date my friend. That's going to be one of the activities, too. So, yeah, just let me know. But, yeah, thanks for being a part of this segment.
Yeah.
Alright, where my boy Metro and City at? Metro and City, we about to get the concert started back up.
Hey, give some noise for yourself.
Where the DJ at?
You guys are awesome people, man.
Yo, DJ Metro and City.
Show some noise, man.
DJ Metro and City.
Yo, we trying to smoke some weed though?
I'm high as
Yo,
fuck.
pass it over here. What the fuck you doing? It really is.
You trying to roll up?
Yo.